Okay.
Testing, testing, testing. All right. Somebody let us know if you can hear us since we didn't have our mics on. Show before the show, 7:54 Friday morning. Okay, Chris has us. Chris says we're finally on.
Yeah, we're on. They can hear us.
I don't know what's going on with this, because I refreshed right before I hit go live, so I don't know what the hell's going on.
When you just pressed, we can barely hear you.
Well, I just heard him loud.
Okay, and I didn't hear him hardly at all. Maybe it's this thing again. It is. Derek was having trouble with this thing yesterday. There we go. Okay, never mind. It's got a faulty thingy.
I turned up your volume in your head, because I cleaned the board and it might have turned your headphones down.
My thingy's not faulty.
Your thingy's not faulty. Apparently, my thingy was faulty. Mm-hmm.
Lizzie is a faulty thingy.
I am a faulty thingy. Speaking of that, you guys ever watch the old show, Faulty Towers?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about. Seriously, I don't.
You
Faulty
really don't?
Towers.
Faulty Towers. It was like a British thing with John Cleese. They only had like 9 episodes. It was so funny.
I hate Britain.
Well, I'm not a fan
I'm just
of Britain
kidding.
either.
I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, we're still a little salty about
Don't we have Angie? Don't we have a listener viewer from England
Yes.
that chimes in?
Yes.
At least one that chimes in.
Yes, you do.
I think there's like 10 people that have watched or something I was looking at.
It's amazing
yeah.
when you pull the analytics where people listen from, even outside of America. It's interesting how things reach. That's why you guys, please share the show.
Like, subscribe, share the show. This is the show before the show. We'll get things going around 8 o'clock. And did you pull up that cat video?
Not yet. I was just trying to figure out what our first guest's name was. I can't find it on.
Arash. A-R-A-S-H. Arash.
All right.
And then Amini on the screen.
Right. Yeah. I got you. Yeah, that one works.
Thanks, guys, for liking, subscribing, sharing the show. CancelTheShow.com. We're off to a good start in 2024, and we appreciate you guys for doing that. Good morning to you, Michelle and Greg and Dawn and Bendy, people that we see right now jumping in. David, Robert, Chris. Is Eric on already?
Uh-huh. He's already on. He's probably on his way here listening.
What? He said hi?
I said, no, I just saw that he popped on.
No, I can't see that.
You can't on that.
No.
You can only see it on your own phone.
No.
Yeah. That's why I try to watch on the chat line on the phone because I don't know. This one lags a little bit too.
Is it faulty?
Is it faulty? Yes.
A faulty thingy?
Powers. It's a faulty thingy.
I always tell my kids I can't use the word thing.
Thing?
I started messing when they got old enough. I was like, if you want to talk about your thing,
that's up
to you, but I don't want to hear about your thing.
Yeah,
you know that thing.
You know that thing.
Don't say thing. Come up with some other sort of creative word to describe what that thing.
Mm-hmm. You know that thing.
No, don't tell me that thing.
Uh-huh. And then you're standing next to somebody that likes the word thingy. So you're probably like, knock it off.
The one thing that's driving me crazy is my freshman of college. I was like, hey, Drake. He was like, what's up?
Does he call you bruh?
No, he goes, what's up? Stop that shit.
Yeah.
Don't say, what's up?
What's up?
What's up?
That's how I answer the phone.
No,
I
it's
feel
not.
attacked.
What's up?
One of my kids called me bruh once. They're like, hey, mama, mommy, bruh. I'm like, I'm not your bruh. That's a thing, apparently. It's like, you can call your friends bruh, but do not call your mama a bruh.
I thought it was for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I thought it went away, but it hasn't gone away.
I don't know. Some of my friends that have middle schoolers say that they're still being called bruh. I was only called bruh once. I was like, you can call me a lot of things.
Yo, thingy.
Yeah, thingy. And see, you could call me a thingy, but not a bruh.
Mm. So.
As a matter of fact, when you called me last night, I was like, I think that's how I answered the phone was.
I was worried. It wasn't 10 o'clock. It was what, like 8:30?
Oh, I don't remember what time.
I get worried when I call you late at night or talk to you about show stuff because I know he's so high.
Oh, quit. I'm usually up to like 1 or 2. So.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you're not high.
Well, but, oh yeah, chances are past 10 p.m., that's 100%.
Chris said you could use the word doodad instead.
Bro, dude. No, what's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up? How's your thingy and your doodad?
What's up?
What's up?
All right.
Mm-hmm.
It's Friday. All right, let's go ahead and start the show. What's up?
What's up?
What's up, kids? This. Hey, it's Friday, January 5th. I'm Vic Faust with Lizzie Sparks. Pro Joe in the house. This is Cancel This, of course, canceltheshow.com. Rolling strong into the new year. Happy 2024, of course, as we finish out the first week. It's been a fast week for me. I don't know about you guys.
Very fast.
You get that Monday off, and it almost seemed like a lot of people were easing into Tuesday on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Finally hitting the workflow by Wednesday, and before you know it, it's Friday, and people are talking about the weekend again.
Love it.
I guess that's not a problem, and we'll go with it today. We appreciate you guys liking, subscribing, sharing the show. Catch us on canceltheshow.com Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. Central, and all the time on our website, cancelthisshow.com. Hey, always check out our website at cancelthisshow.com. Our merchandise. We have hats and shirts and cups and glasses and coolies and Stanleys and Cancel This coffee as well. Donna says, what's up, Vic and Lizzie? We appreciate that as well. Of course, David says, the old Bud Light frame. Bazaar, bazaar.
Mm-hmm. We would go around China and say that to people. We adopted our daughters 2 decades ago. We just go, what's up? And then the Chinese people love that. They did.
Okay, then.
Happy Friday, Vic.
Happy Friday. I love it. Good. You and Derek rocked and rolled yesterday. Thank you as always. You guys do a great job. Appreciate you filling in, of course, Derek, as always. Hey, by the way, it was so weird. I do a separate job on the side in the hospitals, and nobody told me to wear a mask yesterday because I'm in surgeries, but some people wear them, some people don't, but you're supposed to be allegedly
and
at BJC. And
yeah. And nobody told you to do it.
I was doing my test. Like I did a test where I walked down the hall without one just to see if anybody, I was like, what the hell?
And nobody stopped you.
Nobody said anything. And then I put one on and nobody said anything. And then I did it again.
I could just see you putting it on, taking it off, putting it on, taking it off.
But it was so crazy. You would think because I've had people say, oh my God, they're starting the mask up. Because in St. Louis City last night or yesterday, they issued another wear a mask update.
Of course.
They're strongly encouraging you to wear a mask. There's no mandates. Of course, we're
Correct.
not going to break all that stuff down again.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not a doctor, but I identify as a doctor.
Yes.
If it ever gets to where people are allowed to identify, I want to be identified as Dr. Faust.
Okay, Dr. Faust.
I want my paycheck to identify as Dr. Rasher.
Yes, Dr. You know what? That sounds like a good name. That actually sounds like a doctor's name, Dr. Rasher.
And nobody wants me as their doctor. Well, maybe they're nutritionist, but not a doctor.
Yeah, of course. Heather says you can shove that mask up your ass. Fair enough. It is a free-for-all Friday, by the way. We've got Arash Amini from Amini's joining us in about 5-10 minutes. Kelly Manno will be in studio at 9 o'clock. You know, she got sued by the Dr. Phil show 20 years ago.
I can't wait to
we
get
got
into
video.
that.
They pulled a prank.
I love it.
We've got the video. They pulled a prank. Her and her old radio friend, Honky. He lives in LA. He's in town. He's doing some improv comedy this weekend. And I haven't seen her this excited in a long while to catch up with her good friend to go see him tonight. Anyway, so St. Louis City put out this map. Well, COVID, but they say COVID and flu cases are on the rise. They don't just say COVID. It's COVID and flu. I'm like, oh
and
my
RSV.
God.
We hit that hard yesterday about the trifecta.
RSV has been around for years. It's like, come on. Anyway, yeah, it's a suggestion. Hey, if you want to wear it, like we said, I don't care. Wear it, but don't force anybody else. And of course, you're not going to see mask mandates again. They're not. They're
gonna try and do it really hard before the election. They are, but
they're not going to try to do mask. They're just saying do it.
Correct.
Because they know they can't force it, and they know people have woken up.
They couldn't force us the last time either. I mean, people thought it was a law, but it never was.
And it was just in St. Louis City. I'm sorry. St. Louis City needs something to get their attention off all the problems that they have, the crime stats, the not reporting the stats, and then saying, oh, homicides and violent crime are down, but we're not reporting all the stats. That's what they do there. They do it in many cities. Let's shift the narrative. It works in the national media.
You bet.
Look over here. Mask. Oh, mask are back. Oh, mask. But my point with that was when I was in BJC, there were more people not wearing masks in the hospitals than were.
That's good.
I mean, maybe 20%, if that.
I'm
telling you, these professionals have had it with the mask.
Yeah, they have.
The doctors, the nurses, who are some of the most incredible people in the world for everything that they do. They go, they're smart. They get run ragged. They're not putting up with that crap. They're just not. They're just not. So anyway, that stuff's going on. So
and that's great. I was at St. Luke's urgent care with my mom yesterday, and kind of the same thing. There wasn't one doctor, one nurse, one receptionist, no one that had one on. That was great. There was one person that did, and it was somebody in the waiting room. It was just a person who wasn't even sick.
Yeah, that happens. By the way, coming up, we're going to get to some crazy stories. You and Derek blew out the Epstein stuff yesterday that came down, but we had another just massive drop last night. And she better be right, because if she's not, she's going to lose all credibility.
She is.
Megyn Kelly, former Fox News host, and she did the last debate. And she was fine in the last debate with the presidential Republican candidates. We're going to show you what she had to say about Epstein. You will not want to miss this. I'm sure you've seen it. If you haven't, it'll blow your mind. Alleging that Epstein's still alive. This isn't somebody just ranting and raving. I mean, it's freaking Megyn Kelly, who has a pretty damn good podcast with tons of followers, who just did the presidential primary debate saying he's probably alive. I mean, it's beyond my belief. Cat Williams, another interesting thing, talking about sex regarding the industry in Hollywood. All of these things just kind of happening. He did an interview with Shannon Sharp. We've also got a sad situation with the school shooting that took place yesterday, and it's transgender involved yet again. I mean, it's 6 out of the last 7.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on? People looking for I don't know.
Attention.
Help.
A lot of times people that are transgender are seeking help or attention. And so, of course, shooting a school up is going to get you some attention.
So there's a lot to cover as we normally do with that. It is a Friday, of course. You guys jump in. We love it when you're a part of the show, as always. The live cast, the podcast. You guys entertain, inform. We'll have some fun. It's a free-for-all Friday. You know what we get going with that. You guys let us know if anything's going on that we missed. Of course, we'll try to educate and entertain you as well. We love it when you guys are all jumping in, doing everything you could. It's interesting because Megan just texted me and said, at doctor's office yesterday, every staff member was wearing a mask again. They have to, but not the patients. It's interesting because when I was at BJC yesterday, all
nobody had him on.
I don't know. I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
I don't know if I saw it or not. That's my official answer. It is interesting, though, to think about what's happening from that standpoint. Also, coming up today, why are billionaires building bunkers? I don't know. I don't see Arash listed as a billionaire yet.
We'll have to ask him if he's got.
Well, we're going to sell a lot of hot tubs and saunas and help him get there. And then when he builds his bunker, if you've bought one or purchased one, you'll have some sort of end to his bunker should something go wrong in this world.
I love that idea.
I mean, where Arash would build his bunker.
Mm-hmm.
We'll jump in with a friend. What, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The owner of Amini's. Arash Amini. Arash, it's always good to see you, man. I love your energy when you were on last time. People are like, man, I like that guy. And we're not blowing smoke up your rear. You're good at this. You're a salesman. You're a successful businessman. We love Amini's, and we appreciate you jumping back in. We hadn't talked to you in a while. We run your commercials every day. We talk about the saunas, the hot tubs, and what is going on there. But first of all, welcome into 2024, my friend. You're excited, and I see videos of you on social media. You've got a son that's running all around right now these days. It's got to be fun. I mean, that's got to be fun with a newborn, right?
It's so much fun. And thank you for all the kind words. And it's great to be back. Yeah, he's 15 months and doing fantastic. So I have a 13-year-old and 12-year-old. And I decided at age 49, let's do it again. So let's go. This is on purpose.
That's a wake up on a Friday.
And we're hoping to give him a brother or sister.
Good for you. Good for you.
You know.
Why not?
Yeah.
Eric, why not? You're not too old, Eric.
What are you talking about? Jeez.
That'd be great if Eric had a baby running around. That would be fun.
My bucket list is to have no more kids.
Chasing babies at age 39 and age 49, there is a little bit of a difference in regards to, stamina and keeping up with all of them.
Yeah, but can't you claim oldness? I'm old, honey. Go get the kids.
It's the best work you do.
Hey, Joe, we've got back. You got it, buddy. Yeah, but here's the thing, too, though. Arash has a heart, Eric. He really does. The dude has a heart.
Yeah. What does it have to do with having kids?
And he has a great wife.
Insinuating you don't.
Oh, damn.
Mom.
That's true. Look, he has the ability to put him in saltwater hot tubs. All right, I don't.
Well, he was born in one. He was born in one. What are you talking about?
That's true.
Oh my God. That is
I just put him in cold baths.
We put him in a cold plunge and then baked him in a sauna.
That's right.
That's just going great.
Oh my God. For people nationally, if you don't know already, Amini's, it's in the St. Louis area, the Chesterfield Valley. But you did tell us before, if we have for our national listeners too, that you can take care of people all around the country as well, right?
Absolutely. So, we ship all around the country every day, and we fully white glove deliver. We have a massive network. We handle everything just like if you were here. And if you were to go on to aminis.com and start chatting, you're going to get a live person 24 hours a day that will communicate with you, that knows what they're doing. It's not going to some random call center. And we can help find out your space, look at the pictures, measurements, and get the right stuff, consult. Good things.
How is the business going when it comes? Let's just start with the saunas right out of the gate, because the last time we were on, we talked about the benefits, not just from a luxury standpoint, but number one, the benefits. Number two, how cost effective it is, because I love saunas. I try to use them whenever I can. I don't own my own. It's a goal of mine. I'm going to get it. I was in your store looking at them again the other day. I'm like, damn, there's no reason I haven't got one of these yet, especially a two-person. You get down to as two-person.
Yes.
You and Kristen could get in your sauna together.
Well, I have a little boathouse, and it's all cedar. Can I make a sauna out of that? I was going to ask you that. Just get like a little oven in there.
Yeah, getting hot and sweating is a good thing.
Yeah.
So sweating is a good thing. Now there's some other things, additional things that infrared light, this wavelength, is doing for you when it's the right wavelength and you're close enough to it, in addition to sweating.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can get you hot and you can sweat, and that's a good thing.
Can you talk about all the benefits of the sauna
That's
again?
awesome.
Absolutely. So I mean, first of all, you feel fantastic.
Yes.
I think last time when I came on the show, I didn't talk about that. And honestly, I've owned one for years, way before I was selling them.
Mm-hmm.
And I know all the benefits now, but I didn't know them then. I just had one because I knew when I did it at this place I went to, I felt great after I did it. And I kind of knew it helped me detoxify.
Yes.
How
You
big
know?
is that sauna that we're showing on the screen right now for our viewers? How is that a 2-person? Is that a 3-person? Can you tell?
Let's see.
Because when I saw that one the other day at your store when I was in walking around at Amini's, and I was like, man, is that a 2-person? Is that a 3-person?
So that one's probably a 2-person there, and then the next picture is a bigger one. And so and the first one there is a traditional sauna. You can see the block with the rocks, and
Yeah.
so that would heat it up that way. And then we also have the infrared ones where you won't have that compartment, and then you can just sit, and all the panels are in the side of the sauna. You don't really see them, and that's what's doing all the work.
So here's a question, and I just got it off the text line. It's a great question. What does infrared do? Is it snake? I always thought it was snake oil. I was like, oh, look, I'm going to go to a club because of infrared. What does it actually do to the human body? Is it good for your skin? Does it give you energy? What is it good for?
So all those things, and I can explain and talk about why is it. So when you heat your body, many things happen. You open up your pipes, you create circulation.
Yes.
You open up your pores, and that helps your skin breathe, and it does magical things for you.
Yeah.
So this infrared light, even though it gets hot in there and you will sweat, it is basically going inside the body and doing its thing out, versus being in like a dry sauna where it's going to get hot like an oven.
Yes.
And kind of cook you from the outside.
Right.
So that light goes in and it gets you at a cellular level.
Mhm.
And I mean, if you just Google, forget about like the brand, just the benefits of infrared, it's impossible to find something bad about it. And then there's
Sure.
a long list. So when you can open up your pipes and create circulation, it does a lot of things for brain health. It does a lot of things for heart health, cardiovascular health.
Mhm.
But you simulate 2 hours of exercise in half an hour.
That's amazing.
It
And we
is
we
amazing.
talk a lot of health on the show, and it starts with saunas, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, shout out to you and your staff. Trisha says, I had a purchase recently at Amini's, and I had a question. They didn't immediately know the answer, but they found it, got right back to me. So she appreciated it.
Oh, that's
Customer service
awesome.
is
Thank
great.
you. Thank you. I mean, we always say, hey, saying I don't know, let me find out is a good thing to say. And,
Yeah, it's fine.
and how we react if there's ever an issue is sometimes more important. I mean, I know that we don't ever want to have an issue, but how we respond, how we communicate, how we react, how we act is really people appreciate.
Yeah.
And I think that mindset has helped us stay alive during tough times and grow and evolve, which, by the way, we just had our most successful year in company history.
Yeah, baby. Way to go, dude.
Company-wide, between all 4 of our cities and in this market as well.
Don't
So
say that
we
too
are
loud.
grateful and we are blessed. We have amazing customers, clients, products.
Why not
Great
say that
team.
too
Can
loud?
you wait until the election's over until you say stuff like that?
Well, we still have this year. We still have this year, and then I had to remind everybody just a couple of days ago. By the way, they haven't done anything lately because they were all at 0.
Mhm.
Oh,
And it
man.
is 2024, and we're going to do everything that we can to do well,
Yeah.
regardless of the stuff going on around
Right.
us. The
We're
noise.
talking with Arash Amini, the CEO of Amini's in the Chesterfield Valley, the owner. You guys do a great job. The saunas are a big deal. I have a question. Because people, at least when I was talking to somebody, well, how expensive is a sauna? Can you talk about the financial aspects of that and the financing that goes into that? Because when I walk around your store and I see how cheap they are to finance, I'm like, damn,
Yeah,
that seems so doable.
We can be around $100 a month with a payment. We have lots of choices. I mean, if you wanted to come pay for one, there's cash discounts. You can get them for $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. It's not a $2,000 thing, but you don't have to go spend a ton of money. And the maintenance is there's none basically.
Yeah.
We have an incredible warranty that comes with it. We deliver. We set it all up. But we have really low monthly payments, interest-free options. We make it easy.
Yeah.
Could Eric practice and play his guitar in a
No.
sauna? Would that affect it?
It would affect my guitar.
I mean,
The neck would go crazy.
I have a little warping.
It's true. Yeah.
But he can write his music
That's right.
while
Yeah.
he's calm, in a state of calm.
Yes.
while his brain is thinking and he
Yeah.
has clarity.
Are
That's
people
what it
coming
helps
in
you with.
asking questions more about saunas now? Because I know that you and I spoke and that there were people coming in buying going, damn, I got to get my sauna. I got to get this because I see the value of this for my health, not just from a luxury standpoint, but from a health standpoint.
Yeah, and can I mention the snake oil thing? It's just us here in US that are really finding out about it, but it's not a new thing. And I mean, they're more. Finland is where this is originated, and this brand comes from. There's more saunas than cars in that country. It's got over 90% penetration. They don't even think about living their life without sauna bathing, is what they call it, and it's consistently ranked the happiest country in the world. In the world, And so, and the fifth healthiest. So why is that? And so that's why we're hearing about it. That's why doctors we just had somebody in the store yesterday. Doctors like, you must go get a sauna. One other thing that it does is just pain, like neck pain, joint pain, just pain, like getting in that light to penetrate you, what that wavelength does for you for joint pain. It's incredible.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. We have stressed ourselves out so bad in this country, and that just the food and just the stress that's on us all day long. That $5,000. I'm like, seriously. The last time you were here, I was like literally walking around my house going, where could I put this thing? Seriously, I was the saltwater hot tubs that you guys are selling, also all that stuff. It is the real deal, and for $5,000, if you finance it over the course of X months, it comes out to be $80 a month or something stupid like that. Yeah. It's like, invest in yourself, man.
If you can do that and you have the room for one, and there's lots of sizes, and they can even go in a closet, or you can put it in an exercise room where that equipment is that you thought you were going to use when you bought it that you never used. It won't go that way with the sauna. But let me tell you a real life story. This truly happened yesterday. So I know we all work hard. I was at the store. It's just the beginning of the year for like 13 hours. So before I left at 8:00, I turned it on with my phone. Mm-hmm. I got home, saw my kids, and then my wife and I went and got in the sauna. We talked about our day for like 15 minutes, and we put on a show and watched that for like 10 minutes. And you create a state of calm, right? Because you make your body hot. Yeah. And you flip a switch to relax. And then I went to bed with like all that stuff out of me for the day. Yeah. And we got to connect, and I got to relax, and then I went to bed. When I woke up, I turned it back on. I had coffee. We spoke for a little bit. It's like 5 a.m. I did this. I didn't have a lot of time for like 16 minutes. Yeah. Got the good sweat. Bang, 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 bang. Here we are. Like it is incredible. Yeah. Like you're almost doing what you're going to do anyway, but you get to get into that thing and get all those benefits.
Glenn's asking us, do you actually sweat out different toxins with infrared? I'm assuming as opposed to regular sauna. I don't even know. I guess that's what he's asking.
I don't know, but I'll find out.
Yeah, that's a good question.
But I just know that the benefit is of both. But I don't want to take away from traditional sauna, because one thing about those is that when one main difference is that traditional sauna is 170, 180, 85 degrees. Mm-hmm. Infrared needs to be between 120 and 130, so you get the most benefit. There's some imposter infrared saunas out there that get hotter. It breaks up the wavelength. It's not doing the same thing. Wow. Even though you may be sweating, you don't know, because you can't see the wavelength, that it isn't doing those other things for you. Right. But most people can't handle the heat, the 170, 180 for a long enough period of time. Mm-hmm. And that's where the magic of infrared sauna comes, because it's a heat you can handle. And then also that infrared light is doing things too. Now, I don't know about the difference. I just know that both of them, they flush heavy metals and they do flush toxins.
So there you go.
A lot of bad stuff.
Yeah, that's it. Have you ever gotten in your sauna and then just said, I can't take it anymore, and then jump into an ice bath? Have you ever done that?
So I have never been in an ice bath, but I'm doing my backyard right now, and I'm putting one in. I don't love a cold shower because I'm a baby, but I know it's good for you.
Ash, let me tell you something. Most humans do not like cold showers.
No, they don't. Okay. No, but
they suck, but they're so good for you too.
We'll see if I'm strong enough to handle it. But I'm going to put one in because I want to learn about it.
Rick Rubin
selling them because I know it's good for you.
Yes,
I've read.
Of course, you're going to be selling them,
but you got to do them together. It has to be a team.
With wellness, we need this. And so it's in regards to taking care of yourself. I think a really important part about sauna, or about my story about the time alone. Where do you go to be alone to have some critical thought? And also, like, we went into that thing and we connected, right?
Yeah.
We didn't have our devices in there.
Yeah.
And that's also what a hot tub does.
Yeah.
Like, you can jump in that thing with your family for 16 minutes. It's always on. It's always hot. And
Yeah.
when
Well,
it's
you've got the
saltwater-
hot tubs too, and we'll show pictures of the hot tubs as well because
Yeah.
you got the saltwater hot tub.
Yeah, when it's saltwater, you don't have to. It's always looks good.
Yeah.
It's just very little. You're on cruise control with that thing, and then you get into that water and you take gravity out of your body and you get buoyant. And you're getting
Okay, wait a minute
massaged.
about that. So that was on here too. I think it was your husband. The saltwater stuff, is that buoyancy stuff where you can just float, like the float? What are they called? The float
Oh, no,
baths
not
or
like
whatever
a
they're.
salt bath.
Yeah,
but it's the
salt bath.
same idea. Like, if you're, so I don't want. So salt water is just about keeping the water clean.
Okay.
So that's just about water chemistry
And the system clean, right?
and then the system. And so at the end of the day, one of the things that people don't love when they think about a memory of a hot tub is when they were at that hotel and
Oh,
it's
dear
just
God.
like so much chlorine and you everything smells like
Yeah.
it. Your dry skin, itchy,
Yeah.
burny eyes. You've been there and
Alcohol.
skiing. You've been
Champagne
skiing and
bottles.
you've been in the yeah.
My experiences.
So everybody doesn't connect well with that.
Yeah.
And so you just don't have the chlorine hassle or smell with salt water.
Yeah.
And it's a smart system. You don't have anything floating around
Yeah.
in the hot tub. It's inside the shell of it. And so it just manages things. There's very little to do. So that's the ease.
And
Yeah,
if
you never
haven't
wanted to
had
go-
a chance to get into Amini's, check it out because when you walk in, there's nothing like looking at hot tubs or saunas
Yeah.
online and then going in and actually seeing it, feeling it, smelling it. It's a whole different experience. And then you start to think about like, damn, how can this really help me? Because
Mhm.
I can do this, especially when you start looking at some of the financing.
Yeah.
yeah,
and
it's the
the-
payments. It's just a few $100s a month, and then
I'll tell you
can
what.
do that.
Here's the deal. You can go get a Bowflex, right? It's what, $3,000 and you're paying the $50 a month on the
Peloton.
Peloton, and it always ends up in a closet or it ends up with a hot tub is never like that. That sucker when I had my hot tub, that top was coming on and off all the time. I was always in it. It could have been 2 degrees outside. It could have been 80 degrees. It didn't matter to me. And that is the best investment you can
Trisha
make.
has
It
one
is.
question for you here. She
Yes.
wants to know, what do you need for a setup? Any special electrical circuit, safety shutoff for sauna and or hot tub?
Okay, great question. We get asked that all the time. So for a sauna, it depends on which one. Many of them, it's just simply plugs into the wall, but you need a 20 amp dedicated circuit. So an electrician would come and do a really simple thing, and we have one that we can connect you with that knows them all, or you can use your own. We'll give them the diagnostic stuff they need, which is simple, but it needs to be on its own circuit so nothing else is on it, so it can get hot fast. But the more powerful sauna and the traditional sauna needs a 220.
Okay.
And an electrician can do that. And all hot tubs, well, there's a few that you can plug in 110, but that's not probably the hot tub you're looking
No.
for. It's a
That's the one from Walmart that you blow up.
Oh, you can get it at Amini's. You can get one at Amini's. We'll show you what you don't want.
Okay.
But,
Maybe we'll put a hot tub out there next to the
Yeah, let's do
next
it.
to the green
The
screen.
water would get
we've had a
gross.
few people buy that one who already own the real hot tub for their house, but then they go camp or they go places or they have a lake house and then you can plug it back. It's called plug and play.
Yeah.
And they buy it for that purpose. They know they're going to use it, but they don't want the full thing.
Yeah. I would just inflate it and put it on my lake and float around in it.
Yeah.
I think that'd be awesome. Anyway, no, it's cool, man. I'm telling you, that's the best investment. I'm starting that myself.
It's so damn cool. And by the way, if you want to learn anything about Amini's, you can just go to our website, canceltheshow.com. We literally have the links there and click on Amini's and it'll take you right there to the website, or you can give them a call. What's the best number for people to call if they have questions?
636-537-9200. Or if you go onto the website and then he says, or your phone, aminis.com, and click call, it'll just call right there and it'll let you select the city. And if you're not in one of our cities, it'll let you select nationwide and you'll get one of our people here actually in one of our teams and we can help you just the same way. But that's also the number.
Yeah, it is the coolest place. I had a friend of mine just recently. They had the green egg. They bought the green egg from you guys. What is that little?
Yeah. The grill.
And I go, where'd you get that? And he goes, the rug place. I go, what? The what? You got to hit the rug place. Where's the rug? He goes, in Chesterfield, the rug place. I was like, no, you mean Armeni's dumbass.
Can I tell you two? It's funny you bring that, two really interesting things.
Yeah.
First of all, nobody ever really knows what's inside our building. So they might know about a thing or two, but we spend so much money trying to let everybody know what's inside there. So if you've never been in, you've got to come and see it.
Yeah.
It will just blow your mind.
It will.
And by the way, I have a question.
Yes.
I was walking by a hot tub the other day and I saw swimsuits next to a hot tub. Does that mean somebody had just gotten out and trying it?
Good
Oh,
question.
It was next to the hot tub.
Yeah. I didn't know if it was a setup, like, hey, this is your swimsuits. It's all ready to use.
Oh, it was marketing.
Because you
Probably
let people come in and use the product.
You're right. Like it's probably for the display. We let people think about it, but we actually have a bunch of brand new swimsuits on hand because we have a special room. It's called the experience room. We have one hot tub from each collection, so you can go in there privately. You can bring
and
your
that door
swimsuit
closes.
It closes,
I
locks.
saw it.
It's got a changing room, or you can bring your own. And we have had people do that. You don't even have to make an appointment. We've had people make an appointment. We've opened store early, stayed late for that to happen, so they can really see. Which series do I want to be in? And you're gonna use it. You're gonna have it for a really long time.
Yeah.
All the saunas are right there to climb into. We typically have them on. You can turn them on, see them, sit in them, see which one you like.
How do you market your store? I mean, he's right.
But that's not it, Eric.
I would go over there just to buy the dartboards. I love them.
I think I saw a kindergarten class in there last week. In the game section.
I know.
We have people drop their kids off and go shopping.
No, they don't.
I promise.
And you're cool with it?
Yeah. Like this is a festive.
Where's Gallagher?
When we first opened, I saw a sign suddenly in our arcade that said, not for play. I'm
and
like,
for
rip those things. One of my managers was mad
video
because
games.
kids
Nice
were playing
job,
when they weren't buying. I'm like, no, that's not what our store's about. Our store's about showing people why you want it to connect, spend time, have fun together.
So wait a minute. If a parent's like, I gotta go to Walmart, can I just drop my kid off here and he can play defender for them?
I don't even know that they ask us. They just drop them off. And then
awesome.
have this hospitality area and they get drinks and
Well, they need to, but they need to stay away because you got some alcohol over there in those to help people. You got all kinds. I was like, damn, it's like going to a movie theater. I mean, he's got everything in here. Hey, by the way, if you do talk to anybody over there, let them know you heard Arash here and Cancel This. Let them know you started to learn about it and how interested you are in doing this or doing that. Derek says the Golden Tea Game. That's what I want.
The Golden Tea Game. That's right. That's right.
It's incredible how many of those we sell. And please mention the show. We love to know that you heard us here. You get special rewards for listening and bringing it up whenever you come in. Discount. We'll take care of you. Mention it. We want to know who you are. We want to know that you heard it here.
So is that the Golden Tea that networks with the world and you can go play all the people?
It does. It tracks the scores. You keep your record.
Yeah.
They just came out.
That's so cool. They just at that right now.
They just came out with a new model. It's been the same Golden Tea for years, and they just update the courses. But now there's the PGA Golden Tea.
Yeah.
So in addition to having all the Golden Tea courses for everybody knows that they've always played, you've got 6 real PGA courses on there as well. It's cool.
I have a friend that is, I'll have to direct him to a serious friend. His name Lodell. He's like the number 10 in the world on Golden Tea.
Wow.
He goes out to these bars and he competes against all these people like in tournaments and whatnots. So I was like, if he could have that in his bedroom, that'd be better, wouldn't it? Oh yeah.
Arash, thank you so much for coming in today, my friend. Happy New Year. Check out Amini's, aminis.com, of course. Are you ever around the show floor if people see you out and about?
I'm there. Oh, I live here. I'm 10 minutes. I'm here all the time. So, and I love our customers, our people. So please say hi.
And I'm just he's very approachable. Just go up and say hi. He really is.
And when Trisha comes back in, offer her some alcohol. She said on the chat line she'll buy more.
Game on.
Trisha, go ask him and he'll give you some alcohol.
Absolutely.
It's the weekend. Go. Yeah.
Arash Amini.
Thank you.
We appreciate it, buddy. Thanks so much again.
Have a great day, great weekend.
You too, man. I'm coming in for let's see, what do I got? I need to get myself
best of luck with baby number 2.
Okay, thank you.
Or actually baby 4, but baby 2 new.
Yeah. You got, when you go in the place, you're like, I'm here for one thing. And you're like, I leave with everything. I do. My next thing I got to get is outdoor furniture. So I'll have you walk me around.
Yeah, please
stay away from that. Buy that.
It's not that far away. I know it's about to get all super cold and snowy, but we can order things now and hold it for you so it's ready for the spring.
Can't wait.
So much crap! Stuff. I forgot. Do you have time for one more question, really quick?
Bring it.
Okay, I saw that you guys have trade-in furniture. Is that a new concept, or have people done that?
We ran this one time 3 years ago. We opened up a can of worms that we learned how to really handle really well because everybody has old furniture and things and they don't have anywhere to go with it and they don't have trucks and they don't have people to help. And so it's expensive to do that.
Yes.
But when somebody's looking for things and if we can help with that, we do anyway. Like, we get people call us. We're like, well, tell us this picture what you've got. Tell us what, and we figure things out. We make it work. Let's get out with the old, get in with the new. But let's market this and let people know that we can help them. Like, it's a new year, and what's stale, what are you not using, and let's figure out how to. Even if we need to haul it away to the dump, or if we can bring it in and trade it in and give them a credit and sell it.
Yeah.
So send us your pictures. We have on our website a place to send them, or call us, chat with us, any of the options. And we'd love to talk to you about it. And if we can help, we will.
Love that.
There you go.
I
You
do.
have it all there. Give him a call. Arash, thanks again, buddy. Have a great weekend.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right. Love Kevin Arash, and we'll have him in again soon.
I want to
That's
go
for
shopping right now.
Yeah.
You know?
So if Eric just walks out, you know where he went.
Well, the next time we have him on, we'll go live in his store.
Let's
We've
do
talked
it.
about that too, so you can actually do a walk
Okay.
and talk.
Love that.
So we can do the live set. Thanks, Arash. We
I wonder if they
appreciate
got
it.
Defender over there
Uh,
or Joust.
I'm not
Are those even cool games anymore?
There's like 1,000 games.
I know
I
there
was
are.
literally walking around. I'm going, there's like 10 kids over there playing games.
How fun. We've
I was
got
like,
to
I
do
don't
it
see
when
any
Eric's
parents.
here.
I think
Yeah.
they're dropping off kids and things.
Mhm.
It makes sense. Oh, my mom used to do that with me. It's Sears when we go to the Chesterfield Mall. Did I ever tell that story?
No.
My
Go
mom.
ahead.
This is back when this world was safe.
Right.
I mean, I'm literally 4, 5, 6 years old. I don't even remember. And there was a joust game back in Sears in the mall, and my mom would give me probably $5, $10 a quarters,
Yeah.
and she would. I'm not talking. She was in Sears. She would leave Sears and come back maybe an hour later.
Man, your mom's better than mine. I got forced to go in all those damn fabric stores. I just stand
It's horrible.
No. Once again, check out Amini's. Yeah, we have a relationship with Amini, so we appreciate that. If you purchase there and do things, obviously that's a good thing for us. This is CancelThisShow.com. I'm Vic Faust with Lizzie Sparks, Projo in the house, Eric Johnson with us, Kelly Manno coming up at 9, and she's going to Instagram live today, by the way,
Love that.
to her millions of followers.
Oh.
So we're
That's
going to have fun with
awesome.
her. We'll talk.
I
a
didn't
little-
dress for that.
We'll
Damn.
talk. We'll talk a little dating, get an update there. Also, she's going to tell us about Dr. Phil suing her 20 years ago.
She came to a show the other night. Did she tell you that?
Yeah,
we showed
she
video
did.
of it.
She did.
She came
Yeah.
to a
Yeah, she had
Platinum Rock
fun.
Legends show in
Yeah.
her Santa outfit.
Mhm.
Yeah,
She
she
got
did.
right on the stage. She was pretty thrilled. about
She
it.
was the Backstreet Girl of the night.
Yes, that's awesome.
Mhm.
And
Guys,
don't you have a concert tonight?
where's Platinum Rock?
Yes, Brewskis.
There you go.
Yeah,
Brewski's.
get out there
Platinum Rock
before the
Legends.
snow or whatever's going to
Right,
happen.
whatever's happening.
It's
Yeah.
not a lot though.
No, it's
whatever happens. Okay, guys, we had a massive story that's going on. Derek and Lizzie covered it yesterday when it came to the whole Epstein situation. But now, obviously, names just because names get associated does not mean they're guilty. However, it does become salacious, and it makes you wonder whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. But then Megyn Kelly took it to a whole new level last night on her podcast. Megyn Kelly isn't just some random off the street. She worked at Fox News. She just hosted the Republican presidential debate.
Mhm.
She has a massive following. She did an interview with Donald Trump recently. And then listen to what Megyn Kelly had to say about Jeffrey Epstein yesterday.
We're not done with Jeffrey Epstein. I can tell you that for a fact. Can't tell you how I know, but I can tell you for a fact we're going to hear a lot more about Jeffrey Epstein in the coming year. And you may be even hearing from him directly.
What?
More on that as I'm allowed
Can
to
you
tell
play
you.
that one more
And
time?
we're not
Joe?
done with Jeffrey
Live
Epstein.
from-
I can tell you
live
that for a
from
fact.
Graceland.
Can't tell you how I know, but I can tell you for a fact we're going to hear a lot more about Jeffrey Epstein in the coming year. And you may be even hearing from him directly.
What
More
the
on
hell
that
is she
as I'm
talking
allowed to tell
about?
you.
Come on,
Megyn
man.
Kelly- I'm telling you, Megyn Kelly
Yeah.
is not just trying to get viewers or listeners. There's no way in hell that's not what she does. She has plenty. She has plenty of money. She doesn't need to do anything stupid. I told you I like her. I respect her. I think she does a great job as a broadcaster. But when I saw that, I played it over like 10 times going, there is no way in hell this is happening. Okay, would we be surprised if Jeffrey Epstein was alive?
Yes.
You would?
No,
I would.
Come on, man. What world are we living in?
America 2024. Anything goes.
Because we all in this room grew up with the little bat boy on the Enquirer, and Elvis is still alive, and Michael Jackson's still alive, and now Epstein's still alive. Come on, man.
I think Epstein's still alive. I do. I think he's still alive.
Well, Megan's telling us things.
I think he's on a new island.
Yeah, I think he's still alive. Because this guy has so much dirt on people that they're using him still for a reason. And now with Megyn Kelly, either she's meaning he really is alive, or she's got old videos or old written.
Yeah, the
things
old
from
videos
him.
are the
A
other
note.
thing.
What?
Yes.
So wait a minute. What is the purpose of not killing the guy then if he's just going to come out and tell his story somewhere else? You see, he was in jail. Someone would have had to gone into the cell
Eric, it's
and say,
easy.
come on, man, come
Eric,
on.
It's part of the plan.
Yeah.
What plan?
It's a bad plan.
It's part of the plan.
What plan?
The
You don't know
plan,
the plan?
I've been gone that long.
Somebody,
I don't remember the plan.
okay, somebody
Yes.
somebody had to take the fall because the allegations for so long were becoming so hardcore.
Yes.
We've got to do something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the middle of that happening, it's like, okay, here's the plan.
Yeah.
We're going to charge you. We're going to convict you. We're going to put you in jail. We're going to set your murder up, and you're going to be gone. There's going to be no paperwork for your brother or your family to get of pre-hospital care, which we showed listeners on the show this week,
Yeah.
which Tucker Carlson did a video with.
Mhm.
And then you can go live your life somewhere else and get out of this.
Who's
There's not one person, Eric, not one person has been charged besides Ghislaine Maxwell, a female.
That's true.
None of these pedophiles.
Correct.
And we know the shit happened.
Yeah,
It
that's
happened.
true.
Yeah.
There are victims all over the place, and everybody's running scared. Nobody wants to be associated with it now.
Mhm.
But he didn't
That's
have a
why I'd
trial,
be
right?
so
He
surprised.
didn't have a trial. He was waiting
No.
trial.
No. He didn't have a trial.
No,
No.
and that's where all of this seems so suspicious. And all of these people were great friends. And see, the thing with Epstein too is he blackmailed a lot of these people, and so they have so much on him, but they don't want anyone else to find out what's
Yeah.
going on. So there was like a plea bargain between all of these people that knew what was going on his island. So they put him in jail without a trial, and then they didn't kill him. He's out there somewhere.
Think about this. He had so much dirt on so many people. Once, things started coming out, I guarantee this was kind of a plan to kind of try and get rid of it. And if you think that he didn't use some of that power that he had to disappear, so to speak,
Mhm.
Well, I think that what I saw,
This is Megyn Kelly.
I understand that, but what I saw this week was basically it was the coffin, the nail in the coffin of this story being dead. Michael Jackson didn't have any backlash. David Copperfield came out on that list, no backlash. The only one that had any backlash was that Prince Andrew guy. Donald Trump somehow was affiliated with this, no backlash. Bill Clinton, we all know what he's about, no backlash. So I think that this was really orchestrated to just say, we're done here. Move about your day.
You say Trump had something to do with this?
Yeah, no, Trump was somehow affiliated. I mean, he was in the storyline of the Jeffrey Epstein
Well, that's
That's
because
dynasty.
he
what
had
they
a
want
picture
you
with
to
him.
think. That's
Right.
what they
In
want
the
you
early
to think.
years.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that all of these storylines have now been put to bed. You now believe what you want to believe. This Maxwell chick is in jail. She's staying in jail, and her lips are sealed. Apparently,
Well, Jill brings up a good point. It also could be the video recordings that
Correct.
she could, and then technically she wouldn't be lying, but you don't want to upset or piss people off when it comes to Epstein information, because that video perked up. That video got at least got me going, what the hell?
yeah.
And she's kind of like smiling,
Yeah, she
like,
is.
and you may even hear from him himself.
Mhm.
And I can't give my source on this, but stay tuned.
Okay.
2024. And we've talked about 2024
yeah.
being the end all for whatever, all things welcome. and
Careful.
Works out well for a free for all
Careful.
Friday.
We
That's
have
right.
lived now.
You didn't see our Simpsons episode last week.
No, I don't know if I can handle it right
No,
now.
about their predictions for 2020.
Okay, wait a minute. We have to do that. But
And
here's
that's
what I'll
about
say.
bunkers, which we'll get into at the end of the show. We'll get into that with Kelly.
Here's what I'll say about. We've been 5 years now into this hope, let down. Hope, let down. I mean, the QAnon stuff for a lot of people was hope,
No,
complete
forget
letdown.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
They did. This is different than QAnon.
Is it? This
I
is
said
like the
2 days
UFO
ago.
guys that came into Congress and said, yes, we have seen a few flying Tic Tacs. We're not totally sure what they are.
I'm not sure there's going to ever be any quote indictments that people are charged with anything, because I think we would have had that already.
Mhm.
But Megyn Kelly has me going. I've
Yeah.
got to see this to figure out what the hell.
Me too. And I love Megyn Kelly. I don't know what her deal was with leaving Fox. I thought she was a rock star at
Eric,
Fox.
she was forced
Was
out
she?
because she went after Trump.
Well, Trump
She
went
hated
after
Trump
her
for a while. Then because of what
But
she
they
did
made up
first.
now.
Then they made up.
Now.
Everybody is on the wrong side of Donald Trump at some point. You realize that, right? It doesn't matter. There's nobody that works for him or is in his sphere of influence that's not on the wrong side of Trump.
You bring up
He's like a
point
great football coach that smacks you in the face, that's like just wants you to win, but is now you're pissed because your coach just smacked you in the face.
Is this all a distraction for the upcoming primaries?
Oh, it very well could be. It very well could be.
Because of the names. I mean, here's the other thing I want to remember what we say. Just because names are associated on flight logs does not mean they did anything wrong.
Correct.
Eric, I know you've been at some parties, and I know you've seen some things. I've been at some parties, and I've seen
kettle black.
Joe, Lizzie, people. Just because you're there does not mean you were partaking in anything.
No,
you were not a
true
part.
story. That's true.
And you're like, oh crap. And I've seen some of those things, and I've been to some of those places, and I'm like, I would never want to be associated, or somebody say, hey, I'm here. You know, Michael Jackson, Leonardo DiCaprio, Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Those things. Now, when people and witnesses start talking about your Stephen Hawking's, I don't know if you guys talked about it yesterday.
We did talk about
you
it.
know, engaging in underage orgies and little people.
Well, you know what?
He likes midgets. He likes little people.
This came at a time probably in the 90s when people were like, they weren't worried about Facebook and the social media aspect. What happened on the road stayed on the road kind of a mentality back then, correct? And that was the way it was. I mean, the 80s and the 90s was complete debauchery. It was anything goes kind of a thing. It was.
Such a fun time, wasn't it?
No, but I see what you're saying.
You could get by with a lot more. You can't get by with shit now.
I see what you're saying. If you were a coming up and coming star, and I'm not defending this asshat for anything. That's never going to happen. But if you were an up and coming starlet and you were invited to the Epstein, it wasn't the pedophile island. It was probably the party island. If you wanted to come to the party island, you're more than okay. Of course, I'm on a jet going to a party. Hell yeah! So you have to look at it from that point of view as well.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree, because if you were there once, maybe even twice, you went there because it was fun.
Exactly. And Epstein wanted you around.
Yes.
Oh, look, I got Madonna or whoever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, I have a chance to have Stephen Hawking's come to the island.
Correct. It's the repeat offenders that you go, okay, now you are involved in all of this sex trafficking. But if you went once or twice, it could have been curiosity and you just wanted to see what was going on.
I think if you're a multi-billionaire, you look at people who your idols. I have the money to afford to have this as my toy.
Correct.
Look at this. I can have a David Chappelle come to my island. You know what I mean? And I think that is a dynamic that we have. But there is also that really seedy side of that place that the DOJ does not seem to want to deal with whatsoever.
Correct.
Well, just think about this now. There's going to be another dump today, allegedly today in the afternoon. What are we really getting out of this? Because right now you get speculation. That's all you're getting. You're not getting anything factual, black and white, like Eric talks about. You're certainly not going to get indictments. And this is the video that we ran with Kaylee Ann earlier this week, who was a sex trafficking victim, who was a part of that, unfortunately, saying, listen, this is all headline news. The situations that we have going on right now no, Joe, there's no sound. We ran it earlier this week, buddy. It's all good. That she's like, nothing new is going to come out. She's like, no justice is going to be served because of what's coming out.
No.
And you have to remember that.
Yep.
And I don't know because I don't follow this story that closely, but have there been a gaggle of young women? I think there have, but that says, this is what happened.
Yes.
These are the dudes that I interfaced with. I don't remember that one guy, but I think I saw him in a movie. Has there been any of that? Have you seen any of that?
Yes, there's 93 pages. What we covered yesterday is it's not the list we would have all wanted, but it is a court document. And the court document has two specific women that could give names, times, dates, who was there, and all of that. So that would be factual. But some of the names were not given out. They were still Doe 105.
Right.
Doe
Oh, really?
107. Yes.
Oh, so they haven't lifted. They've
No, and even in a dump, and this is why it frustrates the hell out of me. Even in one of the dumps, Eric, you have certain names that are listed, but then one that isn't, and you're like, well, why? Why the hell? Why would that one get off and the other one's not? And that's a problem. And that's part of the testimony. Those are from the depositions that took place where the witness, the sex victim, is saying, yes, I had sex with this person, that person, that person, that person. And they name all the names except John Doe, whatever.
Yeah.
99.
It's over. I think I kind of feel like we know the story to the nth degree of what we're going to know. And now it's up to us to speculate about stuff. And the media's doing a great job of that crap as well.
Well, correct. And every media source has a different spin on it because a lot of the media is trying to group Donald Trump with Bill Clinton because they were both presidents and the mainstream media don't like him. But the one thing this court document did was completely clear Donald Trump of any of this.
Yeah.
That's the good thing that came out. But you know what? It still doesn't matter.
He threw him out of one of his casinos.
But if you go on social media, you're still going to find all kinds of people putting pictures of him up from the 80s, from the early 90s with Jeffrey Epstein. Oh my God, Donald Trump's no, he wasn't. He wasn't.
Even Clinton, to some point, has been exonerated a little bit. He goes, well, what did Giselle say about Clinton? She goes, well, he likes his girls young. Well, what does that mean? Does it mean 20? Does it mean 30?
Exactly, which is why
does it mean 10?
It becomes salacious because you don't know the truth.
That's why it's a UFO story.
And I kind of thought this story was going to die out until Megyn Kelly said what she said, and now she's the most popular person in America when it comes to breaking news because now she's alleging that you're going to hear from him himself.
Yeah. How do you make yourself relevant when you don't work for NBC, CBS, ABC, and you're doing a podcast? You say stuff just like that. Now you have millions of people tuning into you because you said Jeffrey Epstein's alive.
But if you say that and you don't deliver the goods, you have zero credibility. And she knows that.
Yeah, but you can string that along for years. You can string it along for years. Ooh, the Clintons killed Vince Foster. We're going to prove it to you. No, you didn't. You've had 30 years to prove that you're killing people.
Is so big. It is so large. It is so controlling. It is so rich. Nothing is going to happen. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
Pam says Megyn Kelly needs attention. I don't know. I don't think she does, but I understand your point because she's not somebody that's going to say something. She's not an Alex Jones. And I'm not, it's not a rip at Alex Jones, but Alex says all these kinds of things and going all over. That's not Megyn Kelly.
Right.
She's not.
She has something. She has something. If it's not really knowing him, that he's
no,
not
like the cat, the canary. That's the look she had on her face.
Correct. She has something. She has some proof, a video, a paper, something.
She had a great show because she had sources. I mean, I'm telling you what,
her podcast.
Megyn cut her own throat when she went and worked on that stupid morning show at NBC, or did anything at NBC.
She had.
You can't be semi-conservative and then talk to a Jane Fonda and expect to say something right. You're not gonna. It's not gonna work. Jane Fonda is gonna rip you like a little piece of paper. So you were in the right place. You were in the right place. She is a good journalist. And people. And she even did the right thing with Trump. She hit back. I'm sorry.
No, she did.
I'm sorry.
But here's another thing, a good point. I don't want it to get lost. Jay brings it up. The bigger story, in his opinion, is why Dick Durbin, Illinois congressman, was trying to block the flight logs from being released.
Good question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he's a St. Louis metro area congressman that gets a lot of play on news and does interviews. Where are they interviewing him in regards to why he was trying to block the flight logs? Nobody has done that.
Yeah.
Call Dick Durbin out. I agree. I did see I saw something on TikTok about that, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. But there's always more just the surface of the headline. There's always like, oh, Republicans are blocking the border. No, they're not blocking border reform and border control. It's because you have 20 other things that are trying to get added into it at the same time. And we're like, no, we just want a border patrol measure, not 20 other things on top of it. And that's where media does their horrible job that they do. They don't give you all the information.
Yeah. That's, well, it'll be very interesting. I wish I was here on a not so freaky Friday. I could talk about it, but it seems like this is going to be a very interesting time. How many of these Republicans in Congress are going to say, I'm not signing crap until you close that border, and then sticking to it, and then seeing how the media comes after them as these horrible congressmen? No, man, you need to close this thing down for so many reasons. But not to change the subject too much, I would love to come back and start to see that's the biggest thing that this country has right now. That's the biggest problem that we have.
What
is the migration stuff?
Hell yeah, it is.
It's the number one thing. You guys should be talking about that every day.
Lizzie, how
you
often
should have
do we talk about
you
that?
should have
Every day.
on a daily basis. Nobody else will.
you should have the border minute on cancel this every single day. What's going on?
The border minute. I like that, and show a.
I love this. This is the new one. So the new one is catching the coyotes as they walk the people across the border with the video cameras, and it's like they're flipping the United States off every time they show a camera walking their treasure trove of people into the country, and they're going, screw you, bye.
They sure are.
That's the new one.
By the way, another update, Chris. Thank you. I did see this yesterday. More people need to be talking about Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker's brother, associated with several trips to Epstein Island. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Also, a petition was filed yesterday. It's not going to, Jay, don't worry. It's not going anywhere. This was a petition filed by people to try to remove Trump off the Illinois ballot. It's not going to happen. It's more smoke. Again, just trying to tear down anything they can with Donald Trump. Donna says ship him to Alaska.
Yeah, well, that's a great point, Dennis. Or Donna, who said that? That's a great point. Here's my question to you guys.
Land available,
Here's my question.
And you live there.
Yeah, I did. They wouldn't like the they get free money there because you get a dividend. But here's the deal, and this is a question I have for you, because I think abortion is a trigger that might destroy this next election. The number two thing, what do you do with the 8 million people that come across the border? If you're Trump or whoever, do you say, and you have to say this with some conviction, if I'm voted president, if you are illegal here, no matter what deal the Biden administration wrote for you, you're going back. You're at least going back to Mexico.
He's the only one saying it.
Yeah, no, that's what he said.
And then you got to execute.
It's easier said than done.
And here's what my one problem with Trump. You said you're going to build a wall. There's no wall. You built 50 miles of that thing.
Took it down.
Yeah, I get what your goal was, but you failed. Okay, my goal is to build a winning football team, but if you go 0-15, you fail. This next time if he gets elected, I want to see how fast you can put that wall up, how fast you can close that border down, and what are you going to do with 10 million people that have come in during Joe Biden's watch? What are you going to do?
He says he's going to load them all on buses and send them back, and if they're a criminal, he's going to give them the death penalty.
A criminal death? Well, now we're going a little nuts.
No, he said he said that he will do that. If you elect him, he's going to round up as many as he can and ship them back and stop. The first thing you have to do is stop the flood as it is. Yeah, you have to stop somehow, some way. You increase the border security. You don't take it away as Biden has. You empower people to do what they're doing as they're doing in the state of Texas right now. And then, of course, you have all kinds of mayors and governors all over the country who are freaking out right now about the things that are going into their towns, but it's all part of it. So.
Did you guys feel when Trump was in office, he was trying to appease Pelosi and Schumer too much?
No. I just think it made it look like it. I think he thought that he could negotiate with them because he's a good negotiator. And that's when he learned that the swamp was so evil with the ugliest snake head. That he couldn't get past them.
I'm just telling you, but the deep state, as we've seen with this whole Epstein situation, with all the nastiness that's going on, with all of the just dirtiness. And guess what? It's all part, Eric, it hasn't just been with Epstein. I mean, it's Hollywood. It's all this.
Yeah, they're so corrupt.
Incestual, sexual, nasty. I mean, even Cat Williams. And we have a video of Cat Williams. He did an interview with Shannon Sharp. I don't know if you saw this or not.
I didn't.
Joe's going to pull that up right now. And Cat Williams talking about what he has seen, what he has witnessed. Now, he did a long, long interview. We've got a clip of it, and we'll play some of it. But it just goes to show all of the crap. you never thought you'd hear stuff like this as you talk about in the 80s and the 90s. Now we've got people who aren't afraid to come out and talk and do what they're doing anymore. Check out Cat Williams talking about some of the stuff that he's been involved, because he says he's been canceled for calling out certain things.
Cat Williams tells
Guy
it all.
Torrey did a beautiful special about the Comedy Store and Fat Tuesday, where he said that Steve and Cedric and Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish came through there and made... All lies. Steve and Cedric never performed at the Comedy Store at all. Tiffany was only seen at the Laugh Factory. In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to L.A. and in his first year in L.A. he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words. He just did his documentary with Chris Rock where he shows you that his whole upbringing in comedy was on the East Coast.
Yeah, it was.
So how simultaneously was he here in Los Angeles doing the same thing? It didn't happen. It didn't happen. And I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies, but Jussie Smollett gonna keep lying until you say we don't believe you. Like, it's important in the checks and balances of the universe that liars not get to make complete narratives for themselves.
Are you not afraid about being blackballed again? These are some power people.
What do you mean again? These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. That's why, do you know what the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job. Why do you think Gary Owen can't cross over and he already white and been in comedy for 25 years? If what I say ain't the case. It's a cabal. It's a consortium. They rock with who they rock with and they don't with who they don't. But I'm not scared of being the competition any more than you were when you lined up across from a superior team. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Right.
They have all the assets and resources and we don't. But let us get on the line, boy. And see
Boy,
if that
boy.
fact
What a
is in
great
line.
analogy.
Guarantee you
That's
it
so
won't.
good.
Wow.
Now Shannon would run
Because
right over
Shannon Sharp
this.
got to be a different person than that other person.
Absolutely.
And he always will.
You have to have
Boy.
You have to have entertainers and people of note worthiness speak out and say things.
Well, I do, but I don't know about this cabal stuff, and I don't know about the Illuminati stuff that he's talking. But I do know that it's like a clique. You have to be inside this weird clique.
Mm-hmm.
Same with being a musician in Nashville. You can't make any hit albums unless you're part of that clique down there. So that's the kind of the way it is in entertainment. There's a lot of people that want to be in that circle, and that circle is very particular who it lets in. And
The same with politics, the same way. There's a clique, even here in Missouri, in Jeff City, there's a clique.
oh, definitely,
And
yes.
you have to be in it. So that's great. A cabal really is a clique. So
Yes.
that was a really good analogy. And what I liked what he was saying too is he has been tried to be canceled. I mean, I know Roland and myself and other people tried to post. I tried to get this to Pro Joe, and Cat Williams is being canceled.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Look
care.
him up. He talks about all the
He's
sex
great.
stuff that he has
Mhm.
watched as well, all over Hollywood. Male on male, stars doing whatever. I mean, Harvey Weinstein allegedly
Yeah.
doing things in groups of people, and it's just.
I do know
all
when I was
bizarre.
out in LA,
And-
LA is filled with cool clubs and then cooler clubs underneath, or cooler clubs on the top. The Cat Club back when it was on top of the old whiskey or whatever it was. You couldn't get up there if you were a certain ilk of musician,
Mhm.
and you wanted to go up there and party. That's how all this crap starts. I'm telling you, man.
Well, I'm also telling you, it's we're bringing Kelly Manno in too now.
Hell yeah.
Our
Come on, man.
No, yeah, we got time, Joe. It's all good.
Did you see Joe is going crazy?
And Joe, you can keep the blue lights there as well. It's all good. But we had to give a shout out to our sponsors before we bring Kelly in. This is cancelthisshow.com. We're here Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. Central, and all the time on our website, of course.
I'll be back.
Cancelthisshow.com. Special thanks to experienced real estate partners, Kathy Helbig Strick, Steve Strick. Of course, they were in Chicago. What was the club again? Prism? They were in Prism over the weekend. They became celebrities there.
Mm-hmm.
Steve had a picture of him and Kathy up at the club, and everybody's coming up. I think they thought she was she is a superstar. She's a real estate social media superstar, not unlike Kelly Manno. She just doesn't have the millions of followers that Kelly has. Kelly, are we live streaming Instagram?
We are. We're live on
I love you. Thank you so much. Also, shout out to Ham Hurrah, Route 66 Cannabis. You're not going to find a better place to get your cannabis throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area. 5 locations. It is also the Midwest premier cannabis shopping experience. They also have the Ostera brand line in hundreds of stores across the state. Strategic Air Services, where we broadcast live, premier private transportation providers in all things aviation, from aircraft management to concierge services and acquisition. And by the way, if you're a pilot or you want to learn the aviation industry, go to our website, cancelthisshow.com, click on our partners, and we have links that take you right there. They will set you up and get everything done. Also, one of my favorite websites, WeQuip USA. If you're looking to rent something that you don't own, that you don't have time to get to, you just don't have money, there are people renting out all kinds of equipment, all kinds of things. Check it out. You can also rent equipment. Hell, you can even rent Kelly Manno for a party, I'm sure. Oh my God, Kelly's trying to get in the chair. That is also, and Wendy's. Wendy's in the Chesterfield Valley. Some of the best pizza, burgers, wings, and smoked meats that you're going to find everywhere.
I should have videotaped that. That was fun.
Our friend Kelly Manno getting into her chair. It's a big high chair all over the place. And of course, we love Fridays. On Fridays, we're so we're really serious throughout the week. There's a lot of serious things in life.
Yeah, there is.
On Fridays, we cut loose. It's free for all Fridays. And when we can get Kelly in studio, we are grateful to do it because we have lots of fun. And of course, we appreciate you guys jumping in, of course, Monday through Friday. Did you come in drunk today?
No, I'm not.
Okay, because I know you don't drink much.
No, I don't.
And I know you don't do weed.
No, I don't do anything.
I know you're pretty straight-laced.
Very much so. I'm just discombobulated this morning. That's all.
Did you have a good night?
I don't remember. What was last night?
Okay, there you go. All that. Once again, cancelthisshow.com. I'm Vic Faust with Lizzie Sparks, Eric Johnson, Pro Joe making us look and sound as good as we possibly can. And of course, Kelly Manno racing into studio, taking care of everything that she possibly can. Joe is making sure her shot looks as good as it can because Kelly, I hope you had a good week. First of all, Happy New Year. Welcome to 2024. You have a new badass graphic behind you.
I do. I just saw that. That's my face.
That's so good.
You didn't create that?
No.
Joe, you did that?
Joe did it.
Oh, that's awesome.
I did it in 15 minutes.
Do you approve of it?
Yeah, I approve of it. That's the headshot for my logo. And plus that picture's like 10 years old, so I look a lot younger. So
No, you don't. You look great.
exactly the same.
so I'm down.
We have to let people, obviously, we're going to get an update on the dating situation. Well, we have to. We just got to do it. And it's very interesting.
We can't go through the weekend without
I watch your Instagram stories. I'm a fan. I'm a fanboy. So I watch it and I try to keep track of it. You've got some interesting advice when it comes to the dating, but also we got a story, and I think we should probably do it right out of the gate in a second. You're going to be talking about how the Dr. Phil show sued you 20 years ago. I heard this. I think you told me this story at Fox one day, or somebody told me about it.
Yeah.
But before we do that, I had to show a picture of Eric because you like your 80s bands, Kelly.
Yeah.
We like our 80s bands.
Yeah, we do.
We have to show Eric. Eric, of course, is a rock star.
Yes.
No, I'm not.
I got to see that with
Yeah.
my own eyeballs.
Yeah.
And check out Eric from back in the day. This was Eric. Was this you?
What the?
Look at Eric. Look at that heart
Look
drop,
at Eric.
dude.
Oh my gosh, he was, and I can say that because I went to high school with him. He was
Dude, look at You're like a hot dude, Eric.
I don't see Eric at
What
all.
happened?
I see Steven Tyler with a bunch of other dudes.
No, you guys stop it.
I mean, look at that. How did you get your hair to do that?
It was called Aquanet.
Aquanet.
No, that was back when I first joined Shooting Star, the first tour that I went out with those guys.
And Shooting Star, for younger listeners may not know, older people like us get it. I mean, you were a legitimate superstar traveling the world, right?
I was a hired gun. Basically, I was.
Bass player.
Yeah, that was what I did.
Well, I told Kelly I was going to show this picture of you because when I first saw that, I was
My
like,
wig looks exactly the same. You'll see the same wig tonight.
Eric, you're too damn pretty.
What the? How did we get on me? We got Kelly Manno right in front of us.
He is pretty. He's
Because
very pretty in that photo.
Isn't he pretty?
And the other thing is, in the upper left corner, I did know you were friends with Ron Jeremy.
I was going to say the same thing.
No,
I
that's
was gonna say the
my
same
that's
thing.
my old bass tech, Bad Brad Hayes. He died just recently. That's why I
bless his
posted
soul.
that thing. Yeah. So all those guys are complete. You talk about people that know where the bodies are buried. That's the picture right there.
Well, we thought we'd have some fun with that, Eric. So thank you for letting us pull that picture, even though you didn't know we were going to do it.
You know what I hate about time is they go, look how good looking you used to be, and now you look in the mirror, you're like, damn.
No, that happens.
Thanks,
all
guys.
the time.
Kelly, you would say that you've seen him now. Girls still liking. They
Yeah.
just
Oh
do.
my! I did
Yeah,
not
they
fish
do.
for that one. Go on.
You don't
No,
have
come
to,
on.
but it's true. I mean, you go to any
No.
of these things and you have to watch out because everybody thinks Eric is so.
No.
Yeah,
Well,
they do.
allegedly.
No, we had Kelly the other night on our stage,
but-
and it
but-
was so much fun.
But I did not look hot apparently that night. I was wearing
What?
Yes, we had this discussion last week. You weren't here, and Vic was like, "Kelly, nobody ever hits on you because you dress like a first grade teacher."
I didn't say it.
Who
like
said
that.
that? It's so rude.
I'm out.
Vic did it. Vic did it. Vic insulted her the whole
No,
time.
no. So hold on. No, she looked fantastic. She looked really good. She was hanging out with all of her friends
Yeah.
at the Bottleneck Blues. I don't know what you didn't have your boyfriend there. I wanted to meet him so bad.
I don't have a boyfriend.
That was the gig, I thought.
But here's the thing: we got to get an update because for people who don't know, real quick catch up on it.
yeah.
We're talking about doing a dating show for Kelly. Kelly, newly single, looking for. I called it what? Looking for love or Fix Her Up Friday.
I don't know what it was.
Fix Her Up Friday.
I
It's so
love it.
good.
That's
I
our
love
new
it.
show for you, and you're kind of going through this whole new dating deal of
Yeah.
online dating
Yeah.
and all of those things that are going on. And of course, there's a guy who you had a lunch date with,
Yes.
who I know, who I think would be the best guy for you. You said you'd give us an update when you came in next Friday. The stage is yours.
I would. So just to be clear, like we separated back in like April. So I spent like a solid like 7 or 8 months just not leaving the house, not dating, not on any websites, doing my own thing. And then I had this opportunity to go to lunch with a guy that Vic and I both know
Mm-hmm.
that I knew in real life. And I was so excited because I'm like,
yes.
I know he's not a serial killer.
You don't know
Um,
that. He's a professional photographer,
Yeah. Like, you know,
Anyway, go ahead.
videographer.
and in my brain, it really would have worked. We have kids the same age, whatever. So we went out to lunch and we had a great lunch. Like we talked like crazy for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then I didn't really hear anything afterwards. And then I followed up with him and was like, "Hey, I'd like to see you again."
Yeah.
And he wrote back and said, "All right, well, probably next week, blah, blah, blah."
Yeah.
And then I sent back the famous kitty cat picture that said like patiently waiting, which
Yes.
is like
Yes.
so girly. And I
Yeah.
hate that I even did it.
At least it wasn't the clock.
No.
But go ahead.
and then
Just right.
and then last week he got sick with the flu. So I'm like, well, I'm
Okay.
gonna give him some more time to
Yeah.
see if he reaches out. So here we are. I think, God, we're almost like
Mhm.
a month out.
Yeah.
Crickets.
It's time we call. I need a
Crickets.
phone number.
Wait a minute. You haven't heard from him?
No,
Oh,
not
that-
at all.
This is fair. This is fair.
that
I need a
train-
phone number
no,
now.
That train.
Call.
That train left the station.
It did. And
But this is a good thing.
I guess so.
Yes, it is.
Why
It's
is it a good thing?
Because in life, you need starts and finishes. You don't need to be drug along.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's still a gradient there. There's no black and white. She
if
is
something
she could be hypnotized by a phone call out of the blue saying, "Would you like to go get a coffee?"
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
But she needs to move on.
But I don't
If that
understand.
happens, great.
This is what I don't understand about adult dating is that if you go on a date with, like back in the day when I was single 20 years ago, if you went on a date with somebody and you liked them, you followed up with a date like the next weekend.
Glenn says your kitty cat pick for a guy is like getting a dick pic for a woman.
No! It was a real kitty cat. It was a
I'm
so accurate.
I thought it was a metaphor.
no. The kitty cat picture I sent was a little cartoon kitty cat
Mhm.
because he said,
Oh, he thought it was
I'll
something.
call you next week or something,"
Meow.
and I said, "Okay, patiently waiting," and I sent the little kitty cat, which is just like out of my realm of like usual stuff that I do.
Oh my-
You know,
Oh my God.
this guy, it might not be you at all. This guy just might like his time
It's not
going
Kelly.
into the job, coming home, watching MASH episodes, eating some turkey, and going to bed.
This guy
There
sounds like
are
you.
guys like that.
Besides the turkey, that
Huh?
guy sounds like you. Besides the turkey.
No, I'm active enough. I'm active enough.
Yeah.
Me and Christy go and do stuff. We have a good time. But that being said, don't take it personal. Maybe he's just like, man, I don't know. I don't want to give up my life.
You have, or have you? Have you moved on? You're emotionally still. You're emotionally still there.
I see it in your eyes.
This is what I'm worried about because we love you, and you.
I see it.
To disassociate. If he calls, great.
Yeah, I'm completely dissociated from him. But a lot of people say like the very first time you even like kind of have a crush on somebody, like after your divorce, is like a really like a hard, weird thing. And what it made me realize is that like I don't think I'm ready because just a guy I had lunch with, I'm like, oh, is he going to call? Is he not going to call? And I'm thinking about it, my kid's hockey game, and like I don't have time for all that. Like I don't have time. I don't have time to be actually hurt. Like with this guy, I wish I knew why he didn't want to see me again. But
it sucks.
Just give me a phone number. I'll find out right now. I'm serious.
Yeah, give me the phone number. Call.
Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe.
I have his phone number.
Look, I'll do it in the look. Here's what I'll say to him.
If she gives me permission,
This isn't.
I'll give you the phone number.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
Look.
Eric.
Look,
Not Eric.
Look, this is what I'll say. Look, you're in journalism. Oh, you're in TV. We're doing something now where it didn't work out. We're just trying to learn and document this thing. What happened?
Yeah,
not a big deal. No big deal.
So Eric's he is a videographer in TV.
I'm not even telling. I'm not a journalist. I'm not a nothing. I'm just curious.
God, this poor guy literally asked me to lunch, and he has been the topic of this show for a month.
And today it ends. And today this was
it's
the
done.
final update.
Yes, now, Vic, if you want to reach out
it's not.
privately and find out,
No, it's not.
like if he was like, God, she's
No.
crazy. Like I just assume like he's not that into you. Like that's kind of like
How should I text him?
Are you texting him
Do it
now?
now. Do it now.
Why not?
Yeah,
he's working right now.
Who cares?
Text him.
I have a
text him.
Here we go.
If
Let's all craft a message right now from Kelly Manno.
No,
Yes.
right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
What if he writes back something like really mean?
Well,
Well,
then
no.
he'll be. Yeah.
Well, here's what.
No,
here's
tell him where to watch the show.
Okay, here's the thing.
No.
How should I word a text to him? What would be the best way to get some? And I have a feeling
This is a great
I have
idea.
a feeling
This
if I
It's a
put
good compromise.
if I put a Kelly Manno
Good compromise.
in a text, I think he will text back.
Here we go.
During the show.
Bring it.
Now I could be wrong,
This isn't even a bad thing.
but I have a feeling he would get back.
Oh, sorry, Vic. I don't know.
But he
Never.
also knows that I do this live show.
Well, and he's working right now, and
he's
Here's the beauty of this. No one knows his name. He's
No.
faceless. He's like John
No.
Doe 047.
mustache
oh my
man.
God, he's like
He's John Doe 047. So here's the deal. Vic will just craft the message together.
Yeah.
You got to be prepared for whatever answer he gives you.
that's fine. I have
Because I think it's
he's
worse.
too nice of a guy. He'll just be like, "No, man, everything's cool."
No, then say I'm Vic Faust. You know who you're talking to,
Oh
son?
dear God.
You guys
Mr.
know that
Faust.
I like. You guys know I have skin of concrete, so it's like it would actually make me feel better.
Yes.
You know.
You don't want that. You don't
So-
want that weird, like when you're sitting in a tub and it's not hot and it's not cold. It's just
So
I
do you
know
think
him,
we
but
might?
we don't go out. We don't go out together.
Yeah.
We used to work together, and he's just a good dude. He's been there during some good times, some bad times. He's just one of the best guys that I've met.
Right, which is why I had a big crush on him. That's like,
No, I
and
get
that's what
now
it
you're
was.
just rubbing salt in the wound,
Yeah.
aren't you?
No,
But now
no,
you
because
need to
here's
text.
the
Don't
thing.
yank
Okay.
our chain. Text.
Do you think he?
Did you hear Lizzie?
Don't
Go,
yank
girl.
our chain.
Balls.
Come on. Big Faust has some balls and text.
Here we go.
So-
Let's do this. Let's do this.
So-
This is simple.
So
and then we'll
I
move
might
on.
know
Then we'll
by
move
the
on.
End of the show. Why there was no follow up? If
Well,
Vic texts him right now,
Let's go.
My
Let's
Okay,
go.
do it.
Let me
Here we
try
go.
to craft something.
Dude, let's just all together. We'll do it together.
My
We'll do it
question
together.
Is
My-
the dating game still going?
My
Well, not yet. We
Right.
got to find out what's going
Oh,
on
okay.
here
All right.
first.
Okay.
Stop.
You're
my
right.
my soul is leaving my body right now.
Here we go. What's up, Vic Faust? You know who
No,
I am. I'm
hold on
kind of
a
a big
second.
deal around here. Start it that way.
I'm
Just
Um,
say, hey, we have Kelly in studio. We had
Yes.
a conversation about something about you guys going to lunch. I don't know, but you
No,
never
that's
asked
good.
her again.
Kelly's just wondering what happened. What happened? It's almost that easy.
So
Yeah.
embarrassed right now.
And
And say this is important because this is
Say, was it the kitty cat picture in the
no. That'll show we know too much.
Okay,
Hold on a
good
second.
point.
I gotta get
Unless-
this- okay.
Unless we want to direct him to our little system of video. Say, hey man, log on with this real fast so we can talk to you.
Working, he can't do that.
Look, Kelly, hold on. Kelly is almost one of the archetypes of this kind of thing with DC and Steve. Back in the day, they had no problem picking up a phone and calling whoever the hell they wanted to call.
Working for Steve and DC was the absolute most invasive time in my life.
Yes.
There was nothing.
Welcome to the club. Let's go.
Limits. There was nothing. Nothing.
But you know what? It didn't break the world either. It was fun radio.
It did not. It was exciting radio.
Yes,
and that's why Vic actually had texted me last night and was like, "Hey, what's the update on the mustache guy?" And I was like, "I'll tell you on the air," because that's how I was raised. I tell you, Steve and DC didn't want to hear anything. They didn't even want to have a conversation with you before they went on the air in the morning.
Yes,
they wanted everything to unfold organically, and that's how I still operate. So I'm like, "I'll tell you on the air."
Yeah,
perfect. This is why organically we need.
Wait a minute, we got an answer, don't we?
Okay.
Yes.
Get some.
Okay.
I don't know. Here's the thing.
Just read it.
Come on.
But I got it. Here's the thing.
There's no preface.
I'm not a dick, and I don't try to be a dick. I don't. But here, I try to be honest and straightforward.
To qualify that.
Balls. Okay, here's how I let in.
Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
Right.
And I don't want to do this to him with him not knowing that we're talking.
Okay, stop.
But we
Wait a
never said
minute.
his name, so
Okay.
he's still
Exactly. He's
anonymous.
John Doe 047.
Yeah.
I said, my man, Kelly Manno told me you guys had lunch. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got right back to me.
Yes.
And he said, hey, yo, yes, she's great. I've known her for a while.
Okay.
Follow up, Vic.
Then follow up.
What's going on? Are you guys going to go?
Are you guys going out again?
Yeah, so it's balls in my
I thought
court.
you were going to tell me something horrible.
No, balls in my court.
Okay.
And
The ball's in your court. So
The
text
way
me
it
in.
stands now, you're great.
Just be like,
balls.
Are you guys going to go out again?
There you go. Be that direct.
Sometimes you just want to keep it simple.
I want to throw up in my mouth right now. That's all I want to say.
Right. I don't want you to throw up in your mouth.
No.
This is good stuff.
This is good.
Yeah, it is good.
This
People
is
watching
good.
me
You
sex.
want resolve in
Yeah,
your
we're
life.
watching you. Do.
Be like,
You want resolve
I think
in your
she's got a
life.
crush on you. Are you going to ask her out again?
Oh, say that. Kelly just said you
I just got as excited as Lizzie just
I
did.
said, are you guys going to go out again? Because I think she would like that.
No, say Kelly has
she has a crush on you.
She has a crush on you.
Say those words.
Yeah, because that's cuter
Valentine's
than-
Day is coming up. I feel so warm inside right now.
That's what. Oh my God,
I do.
you feel all warm and fuzzy.
Yes.
She feels all warm and fuzzy.
That's
Because
gas.
that's exactly what it is. It's just a crush. It's not.
Yeah, but
That's where crushes go. Crushes
So
go
I
to other
added,
things.
She has a crush.
Here we go.
I said, you have that way. LOL, LOL, LOL. So here we go. If people, is this good podcasting?
It is. It is the best.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
This is like Nirvana writing
just
songs
wait-
for themselves.
And
Who
just
cares
wait till
what
we get
anyone
to
else
Kelly
thinks?
talking about getting sued by Dr. Phil.
Yeah, we haven't talked
that's
about
the big
that yet.
story that we're going to talk.
I'm going to
about
start
today.
drinking. Like I can't.
Yeah, we should have free for all Margarita Fridays.
Okay, let's do
We
it
need a
next
margarita
weekend.
machine.
We need
Does anybody know a margarita company we could trade with?
Yeah.
Of course, there is. It's called San
Anybody out
Diego.
there? Hey, if anybody's listening right now and wants to bring us margaritas, come
Yes.
to Strategic Air Services and we'll drink them. Come on in. You can
Yeah.
come in with us. Party time.
Okay.
And I just want you guys to know, I am perfectly fine expecting him to say no.
He just said you're great.
Yeah, he
wait,
didn't say you suck.
But I'm just saying, I don't want you guys to feel bad. Like if he's like, no, we're not going to go out again.
If
I
my-
already kind of figured that out.
If my friend was setting me up with someone, they said, "Hey, what was up with the blah blah blah?" I'd be like, "Man, I don't know."
Well, I'm getting the ... So he's writing back.
I'm going to throw up.
And my whole intention with this situation
Mhm.
is to help Kelly.
God.
My whole intention is just to take some stress off my life because I kind of want to know.
And if our friend happens to be listening or watching our show,
Yeah.
I promise you I will not use your name.
Nobody knows. The Vic is the only person I've even like talked to about this. Like it's not like I'm
And I
running
wouldn't-
around to all my girlfriends going like, oh my God, I had lunch with this guy. It's something Vic and I started talking about and it's carried on. You know,
I appreciate
So-
you because here's the thing. You're a great person. You're a good soul. You're black and white.
Mhm.
You put it all out there. You really don't give a truck about what people care about you.
Mm-mm.
And you're willing to just kind of go out there and let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah, that's why like with dating, like I have no problem like telling a guy, hey, I like you and I want to hang out again.
Yeah.
Balls in their court. Like I don't
People
understand.
need to be more direct.
Yes, I don't understand this world of dating where you have to guess how somebody feels about you.
Right.
It's like just we're freaking in our 40s at this point. Just say, hey, I really like you and I want to hang out with you again.
Yeah.
And then the ball's in their court. He didn't volley it back. So he's keeping his balls and probably going home.
Watch your mouth. Here we go. So this is the way I see
And
dating
when you get
is
done,
this.
we have an update.
Hold on. This is the way I see dating because that's a long ass text right there. Here's how I see dating. It's like I need a new car. My car is broken down. I can't drive my car anymore. I need a new car. And you go to the first dealership and you see it's kind of a broken down Acura from 1998. And you're like, I got to have that car. Well, you haven't been to any other dealerships. You haven't looked around. You don't know what's out there for you. You've only been to one dealership. This guy might be an Acura, a 1998 Acura with a bad transmission.
You know what? You're right, Eric.
You got to go find out what's in the world.
Okay.
You got to go look at the pantries.
Go look at the pantries. There could be all kinds of peas, carrots, and nuts in there.
Stay away from the nuts. Anyway, here we go.
Vic, just do it. Just rip the Band-Aid off.
Oh, he's responding to the response.
Yeah, because I don't know how to do it. I need to get more.
Wait a minute. We need it read before you respond.
Let's just
okay, here's what I got. Okay, the last thing I said, remember I said, are you going to go out again?
Yes.
I said, because I think she would like. She has a crush. You have that way. LOL, LOL, LOL.
Mm-hmm.
I need to stop doing that LOL.
Yes, that's ridiculous.
You do,
I do that too much.
He
I'm
does
sorry.
it to me
I
all
suck.
the time, too.
Okay. Yeah, that's a bad habit. I've been told that by several people. Okay. He says, quote, "Oh, I'll always go out for food and stuff. I'm just the guy who goes to bed at 7.
I told you. I knew it.
Which is true. He does because he works early. Then he says, if I don't have his daughter, I'm saving his daughter's name, sports thing, I will go to bed at 7 if I don't have his child's sports thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I will say the last 2 weeks I've had the flu A.
Yeah.
Ooh,
the
bad one.
That's the bad, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It brought me down to where I had to call in sick the entire last week of the year.
Oh,
yeah.
And I'm still not right. Ran a 103.5 fever for 3 days.
Yep.
I thought I was dying.
Will just got over it.
And
it's
then
not nice.
I said, dude, sorry to bug. And that's where it is. He's like, all good. How about Mizzou? What a season.
All right. So
and then you said, screw that. Are you going out with Kel? No.
I honestly think, I don't think it's as much as that he is not interested in me, is that he's just not interested in having a
he
girlfriend.
laid it out perfectly.
Yeah. No, and
he laid it out perfectly.
For
Kelly.
somebody to be in their 40s and never been married, that's kind of usually by design or for a reason.
I'm telling you now, he just laid it out like any guy would want to hear.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how a girl hears that. Let me tell you how a guy hears it. Christmas, I'm so damn happy it's over.
Yes.
It was stressful.
Yeah.
Every day is spoken for. All you want to do is sleep. All of a sudden in Christmas and New Year's, you throw flu A on top of that. You're screwed.
Yeah.
You have to go to work at whatever time in the morning he goes to work.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there is a beautiful life that a guy can have if they can go to bed at 7, wake up, get their job done, come home, eat turkey sandwiches, and go back to sleep. That's a good thing. You're trying to weasel inside of all of that. For a girl,
right?
That's I'm not trying.
I'm not weaseling.
That was the wrong adjective.
Lizzie's husband says, "Don't worry, he's gay."
He's not gay. But now this gives you an opportunity to go. I see that. I get it. 7, and first of all, I want to. You told my girlfriend that I give horrible advice. I give great advice.
I told your girlfriend that anything Eric tells me on the show, I just do the opposite of it.
But let me just say this: you now have an opportunity to go. I might not be able to fit the square peg through the round hole.
I respect that. I'm not mad at him for it.
But now you can.
I still think he's a great guy. And I'm not trying to weasel into someone's life who doesn't want someone there.
Yeah.
Because the flip side of that is, he's got this calm, easy life, but then you make time for the people you want to make time for. I'm probably about 9 times busier than him. And I would make time for him if he wanted me to.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of, it's not on his agenda, which I totally get. I completely, I'm glad that I know that, because now at least I know that he doesn't think I'm gross or ugly or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I thought that was the case.
No.
I thought exactly what's happening is what was the case. He just doesn't want a relationship. He's down for lunch and that's it. And maybe he is gay.
And maybe, no, he's not. No, trust me, he's not. No, he's not.
Stop defending him.
I personally think that he is the type of person that would be really not intimidated, but not a fan of my lifestyle and how public everything is, because he's very private.
After he said, all good, how about Mizzou? What a season. I said, loving it, MIZ. And I said, by the way, love seeing your quote child excel because
Yeah.
he posts pictures of his child
kid,
in
yeah.
sports. And then he responded, child is having fun in basketball. It's coming along. Child's playing varsity, getting some great minutes, starting to find the shot now.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, now I've tried to get it back to you.
No, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do
I'm
that.
with you. I'm with you, Vic. I'm with you.
Okay, and this is the final thing.
I'm
So
feeling
I
it.
said, by the way, if you go out with her and give her a chance, keep me posted. We are friends. And then I said, go, his child's name. And I said, go, the mascot of the school where his child goes to school. And then he responded and said, will do. Have a great weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. This is as much as I can take today.
We know no more than what we did when we started.
No, we do.
I
No,
think we do.
I
know
think
more.
I do.
No,
I feel it.
him saying like I've been busy. I go to bed at 7 p.m.
So
like,
you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see, and I'm saying there is no chance.
Yeah.
After hearing that, there's no chance. It's not that he doesn't like Kelly. It's not about her. It's he's never been married.
Yeah.
He likes his lifestyle. He likes doing
lifestyle
what it
thing,
is.
for
It's
sure.
all lifestyle. It has nothing against Kelly.
And
but
when you
he's
work
not
the morning
interested in
show,
the lifestyle.
you walk around like a zombie.
Yeah.
I did that for 6 years. I get it.
no, he's a great guy. I completely respect that answer. So
Okay.
it's not. We had a lunch. That's it. He didn't owe me an explanation.
On to Dr. Phil.
On to Dr.
But
Phil.
wait a
Oh, I
second.
love
Are
that.
there any other men in your life right now? Real quick, because we told you to open up the floodgates.
I'm so I was talking to this guy last night or the night before, and he was in the FBI for 10 years. And I'm like, oh my God. Do I tell him that like I went to Crime Con and I'm one of those crazy women who thinks that she can solve murders? And he really was in the FBI because I used the context clues in his dating pictures to find his last name. I figured out where he went to school, looked up his sports records, got his last name, pulled it up on Google, and sure as shit, he was a big deal in the police for a while.
Yeah.
It doesn't obviously say like FBI, but it's very clear that he's not lying.
You're the FBI. Damn. Just finding that kind of stuff out.
Can you imagine?
It's unbelievable.
No, you don't. Yeah.
Well, I made a joke. I was like, so if we
Don't
meet up,
cross Kelly Manno.
I was like, if we meet up, are you going to know everything from me, like till my childhood dog's name? And he's like, yeah, probably. And I'm thinking like, does he know that I already know everything about him?
That's good. He might even know that you know.
He might know that I know.
Yeah, he might know.
He
that.
might know that I know. But yeah, could you imagine being married to somebody who is in the FBI and can like interrogate you about anything?
Yeah.
No.
That would be awful.
Does this mean, because I know Joe's
But they know the answer before you answer the question. Does that work? Oh, I couldn't do it. I'm out.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna test you. They're gonna go.
Do you want
"Yes."
to do the dating show or not?
I don't know.
I
Okay.
think we do.
Let us know if you want to do the Fixer Up Friday and we'll take care
Well,
of it.
wait a minute.
I mean, like,
Is that still on the table? Can we-
Yeah.
I mean, it's still on the table. I'm single as a Pringle. I don't.
And ready to mingle.
Not
Yeah.
really. What I would like is if people want to like submit people that they know, like, hey, I've got this brother who is single and I think
I
he'd
like
be a
where
good
this is
fit for
going.
Kelly.
I like where this is going.
And send in a picture or something and a little bit about him. And then we'll see what submissions we get. And then if we get enough that I like, then we'll do the dating show. And
like
I'll
it.
pick
There you
one.
go.
They'll be behind the screen and I
Okay.
won't.
I love it.
I'll ask them questions like, if you were a dog, what kind of dog would you be? And then I'll
That's a good question.
Can you answer that question?
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, because we all love animals here so much, especially our dogs.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
I'm probably a
could you be
pit bull.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Mhm.
I would guess I'm a pit bull.
You're a
I mean,
sweet pit
A
bull.
poodle
Yeah.
mixed with pit.
a poodle and a pit bull mixed together.
Yeah, that is you.
Mhm.
A pit poo.
I like it.
A pit
I
poo.
like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a strange question that is.
Well, Eric,
Because
what
now
kind of dog are you?
I don't know. My mind's reeling right now. I
I-
want to say something, but I don't know what it would be. I guess a Labrador Retriever.
Joe, what kind of
no,
dog
you're
are
not
you?
a Labrador.
I'm like a black lab.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're like a Doberman pincher, or like
I'm not that fast.
you're like
Mixed with a Labrador.
he's like a Rottweiler. You know, like
I'm not a Rottweiler. I'm sweet like a little Pomeranian.
oh my god, no, you're not.
Pomeranians have attitude.
Yeah, they do.
I grew up with a
Liz,
Pomeranian.
They have
I
all
think
the bark.
Lizzie's a poodle, and I think that
Yes.
Vic is 100% a golden retriever.
Yeah, that's
Oh, a
Really?
golden
Yes.
retriever.
Yes.
Yes.
I see myself as a
German shepherd.
husky because I'm kind of big.
A husky.
I'm
You a big
kinda
boy.
thick,
With the
Mhm.
big blue eyes.
or like a
Oh, a husky. I could see a husky.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. We'll stop there.
Yeah, it looks like a wolf, but it's cuddly like a bear.
There you go.
I don't even know what that means.
The way you looked at me when you said that, I was like, oh.
He had dreamy eyes.
Yeah, it was kind of. It's like sweet and sour.
Yeah.
Someone said I'm a Chihuahua, and that's probably like more along lines of what I was going to say Chihuahua, but
Well, Chihuahua. Here's the deal with a Chihuahua. A Chihuahua thinks it's a lion. It sounds like a rat with a, it sounds like a rat, and you could kick it across the room, but it thinks it's a badass.
Yeah.
And if it does bite you, you get that little no
yeah,
kind of a thing.
Yeah, but it keeps coming back.
It does. It does.
they're relentless.
It's like a
Why would you
fire
be-
ant.
Why would you be called a wiener dog, Lizzie? Your husband called you a wiener dog.
Probably because I like balls. Balls.
Anyway, on tomorrow's show, coming back.
I had to say that.
What does wieners have to do with balls?
Wait, you like balls? Like
That's just a little joke because
I say we
really
let the
don't-
women talk amongst themselves
I'm really
first.
not saying I like balls. It's just that I like men with balls.
Balls.
Like
Good night.
So are you
whack off
talking
your
about
penis.
are you talking about are you talking about actual testicles? You like
No,
a man
not
with
testicles.
big balls?
No. Well, yeah, I would like him to have some testicles, but I
Balls.
like.
That's the worst part of it.
But no, I like that they're
Did
like
we used to be a
badasses.
family show, whatever? Did we have
She doesn't want them driving a hybrid. She wants them
Right.
driving an F-150.
100%. Actually,
There
the
you go.
250
I'm helping her out.
diesel,
with
baby.
not a
diesel.
with
Diesel,
not
a
a
350.
I don't want a Prius in my driveway.
Yeah, I mean,
want
like
a truck.
of the frank and beans, though, like the beans are the least important of the sandwich, whatever it's going to be.
Well,
Here we go. I'll just
now
shut
you
up.
have
You
a
guys
vagina.
talk.
Hey now.
Well, we've had this discussion before about how I'm tired of women making this grand gesture to the world that all women like big franks. Like that's
Oh
what
yeah,
we
yeah,
want.
yeah, right.
And that
Oh,
like
boy.
women want men with big old ding dongs. And
Big things. Now you have a vagina.
on behalf of the small girls in the world,
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, we don't.
yeah.
No, we don't.
That
Yeah.
is
So
true.
you're-
we don't.
so
And a lot
you're
of people
saying-
don't talk about that.
So you're saying
They
there's a
don't.
so
Until-
you're saying there's a fit for everybody.
yes,
Okay.
Oh, Vic.
there's an
You
airplane.
put things in perspective.
yeah, that was good.
Yes.
There's an airplane and there's a runway.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh dear God.
And some runways are bigger and longer than others. And so I just every time I bring it up with girlfriends, they're like, "Oh my God, I agree with you 100%."
Like the Grand Canyon.
So there's room for some people with a small Oscar Mayer and another one with like a big ballpark Frank.
You can have the big ballpark franks. They are too much work. Too much
But
work.
Your runway might not be long enough.
Too much work. Honestly, just big dicks are overrated.
There
They're
you
so
go.
overrated.
Correct.
They're overrated. I'm feeling better about
This
today's
is
show.
It's our free for all Friday.
Yeah.
We have fun. We
No,
She's right.
there are
She's
women
right.
all over
It's
right
like
now.
this. Here it is. If you see a 4 foot, 5'1" chick
Yeah.
walk up to a Harley fat boy, you're like, you're not going to be able to ride that thing. I'm sorry,
Right.
but you
You'd
need
be
a Honda.
surprised.
You need a Honda 350.
Yes.
Never mind, bro. Oh my God, what has gone on
I
today?
missed
All
that
right.
entirely.
So
here we
just
go.
the men out there who are average or maybe slightly below average, just don't feel bad about yourself.
Yes.
That's all.
I
I
Because
don't-
women are impressed with that.
and
But
men-
wait a minute. Is it ever too small where you're like, I love this guy, but I'm frustrated
I
as
mean,
hell?
I'm
Come
sure-
on.
I'm
You can go the other way too,
that's-
right?
Eric, that's a fact because
Yeah.
Yes.
it's a fact
It depends on how.
How do you know it's a fact?
because I've been told.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been told on.
Yes, there are definitely
Now you
there,
have a vagina.
there are women who prefer the big ones
Okay.
because that's how they're built.
Yes.
That's how
Yeah.
their body is like just how men can't control the size of what they're given. Women can't control what their body was given or how big things are. The
Mhm.
runway, you know. And so anyway, I just every time I bring it up, women are like, "Oh my God, thank you so much." Why do
Yeah.
all these women talk about how much we like these big old wieners when they're just so much work and like
When there's so much work,
there's so much work.
what makes them so much work?
Can she not? I mean, that'd be really difficult to say.
Wait a minute. Here, hold on. If you go into a pizza place hungry, right? If you go into a pizza place hungry,
Where's this going?
and the pizza they deliver you is a small little piece, and you're like, I haven't had enough. Isn't it easier to control an extra large? It's like there's a lot there, but I'll take what I need.
I mean,
I take what I need.
You don't want to be stuck with something where you're like, I'm still hungry, right?
All I'm going to say is I cannot answer this on the air.
Yeah.
I can't.
I was thinking I've got a lot of things we could
Right.
say.
I've
but-
got an idea.
I mean, if you had to go one way or the other, you would go the one way. I would
don't
imagine.
know. No.
not
I don't know. Not necessarily.
You can be left hungry.
Do women break up with guys because it's too small?
yes. Yes.
If
Because
Yeah.
everything else is
Yes.
great.
women,
Yes.
I've
women,
never heard that.
women break up with men because they're not satisfied. Period.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to do with the size as
Correct.
much as like how you use it. There's other things you can do if you're
You
small
can't
in one
generalize,
department.
though. Everybody's different.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
That's true.
But no, trust me.
Okay.
Until you've been in that situation,
This is cancelthisshow.com Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. Central. And all the time on your website, cancelthisshow.com on Friday. We do body parts.
it's like
with
trying to
Kelly
park
Manno.
a Big Mac truck in a little garage.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
So if you're gonna submit somebody to the dating game,
Yeah.
make sure they have a
Yeah.
normal sized penis.
So in the dating game questions, do we
Lizzie,
even breach
we
that or
don't-
no?
We don't want to see pics.
No, I don't want to see pics. I'll just ask them.
We
for
should
you,
send
though.
it Lizzie at cancelthisshow.com.
What do you mean you don't want to see pics? You don't want to see the guy?
No, I've seen enough. I used to get
Yeah.
those
You've seen
myself.
enough.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
used to get them myself, Eric.
You did?
When I did
Do
local
you
news.
get them, Eric?
I
No, I
didn't
never
have
did get
female
anything like
stalkers.
that.
I only had male stalkers.
I got nothing like I only got hate mail.
Sandy Miller and I used to compare some pics.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, because you're both really pretty. I could see why you
Sandy
guys
Miller.
did them. Yeah.
Which
Good
one's
Lord.
better,
Yeah.
your Sandy or mine?
Let's go talk to Mandy.
Hey,
I'm gonna tell my mom not to listen to this.
Wait a minute. We got to see Elliot's.
okay.
Elliot Davis, could you
I
send
wonder
us
what
a
his
pic, please?
our
Could you
line
send us a pic?
All right. What a great time to move into the second portion of our show with Kelly Manno. Insert Dr. Phil.
Oh yeah. Wow.
We probably need Dr. Phil.
The
after
adjectives.
this.
Kelly, you've lived quite a life. You've lived a life of 100 women.
Yeah.
And in a previous day, besides the Stephen DC show, which we've talked about several times on the show, you were sued by Dr. Phil. When you brought this up, I went, what the hell? How the hell did this happen? And I want to hear about your friend who's in town. So cool for you
Yeah.
with
So
Honky.
So I have a
Honky.
friend named Honky. So back on Stephen DC, he was the stuntman.
And remember, we have a video. So you tell us when Joe should run the video.
You know, I think you should maybe run the video first so they can kind of, because it's just a really small, well, this is like a 2-minute video. So if you don't want to show the whole thing, you don't have
No,
to.
we'll show it. It's
But
good.
this will give you a look at me and Honky 22 years ago.
Jeez.
What we did. And then I can tell you the story of how we got on the show and how we got
Wait a minute.
sued.
What? You were on the Dr. Phil show?
Yes, that's the whole point of the story,
Oh
Vic.
my God.
Well, I was on Sally Jesse Raphael. Anyway, go ahead.
Like
It was a field trip.
in the clip, I'm sitting on the stage in a chair next to Dr.
Oh my
Phil.
God. Okay, well, we'll check this out.
Here we
You
go.
can
I can't
Here we
explain.
go. Come on.
This is good.
And there's a spotlight.
Today on Dr. Phil, these people have to be the center of attention. You're an attention addict? Absolutely not! No way!
I just want him to grow up.
Sometimes I do tone it down for Kelly. Should I change who I am? Let's take a vote, shall we? Coming up. I call myself the no limit honky because there's like no limits to what I'll do. Will you kiss me on the cheek? Oh! A flower for you!
Honky has a car that he calls the Honky Mobile, and he's got a horn that makes all these different noises. He will do anything to get attention.
Spin me! I'm always making a fool of myself. I want to be spontaneous. I just want you to know that I love you more than this guy right here. Outgoing. See you later, loser. Outrageous.
That's really funny. Honky just doesn't have a line that he draws between funny and just being crude.
I lick people's hands,
Oh my gosh!
mostly women. I might scream in the middle of nowhere. I might yell stupid things at people. Just whatever pops in my head, I'll do it. Please leave me a dip. I am broke on the streets.
Honky proposes to me just about everywhere we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I can get your attention.
If we are in a restaurant, he'll just stop whatever he's doing and get the attention of everyone around us and drop to one knee.
I'd like to know if you would marry me. Kelly, will you marry me?
And then I'm left looking like an idiot because all of these people are waiting to hear my answer, and it's always no. I don't know how much longer I can put up with his antics. So I really hope that he changes because I don't want to lose him as a friend.
I don't think I'll ever change. I know that my antics have a toll on my relationships, but I really don't think that I'll change.
I hope that Dr. Phil can help Honky realize what a moron he's being, and that the way he acts is not acceptable.
What are you pointing at? Don't you point it like that. Let me put it the way I found it. It's low in here and it's twisty. Oh. I love you.
Oh my God, that's good.
So why would you get sued over that?
So Honky and I worked together on the Stephen DC morning show, and Dr. Phil, he was early in his career. I think it was maybe like his second season, because he had done the Oprah thing for a while, and he was coming in town to do a book signing and like this big event at the St. Charles Family Arena, and Stephen DC were in charge of the promotion of it, and we would have him on the show every Friday. He would call in and do Dr. Phil advice, and we built up to this big event. And let me just tell you, Dr. Phil is an asshole.
Here we go.
So I was dating Jimmy at the time, and Jimmy was the executive producer. And so like literally we'd be out to dinner and Jimmy's phone ring and it'd be Dr. Phil like screaming at him because he didn't like the way a segment went, or he didn't like, anyway, he was a big pain in the ass to work with.
Who was the executive producer?
Jimmy, my ex-husband.
Of Dr. Phil?
No,
of
Stephen
DC.
Of Stephen DC. So the event gets there and we just want it to be over with. And Dr. Phil like is horrible. He was calling Stephen DC like fat asses and like, oh
Truth
my
hurts.
God.
Truth hurts.
And so, you know, it was the thing that like Stephen DC didn't like Dr. Phil and Dr. Phil didn't like Stephen DC. And I also, as a producer of the show, it's my job to produce content, to come up with ideas of how to do things. And you guys know I'm big on revenge.
Yeah.
Like it's my specialty.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Oh, damn.
I'm
Don't look at me that way.
Be careful. After today's show, be careful, Eric.
Okay.
Not cross her.
I am very big on like vigilante justice.
Here we go.
And so I was like, we need to get Dr. Phil back. We should try. I'm like, we should try to go on the show. And so I went on his website, which like, honestly, the internet was barely a thing at this point. And I searched everything they were looking for. Like, we're looking for someone in a triangle. We're looking for someone who doesn't get along with their mother-in-law. And I was just submitting like whatever fit. I was like, my name is Kelly, blah, blah, blah. And there was one on there that said, is someone ruining your relationship? Like, do you have a friend ruining your relationship? So that was one of the ones I wrote in about. And I was like, yeah, I've got this friend and he's ruining my relationship. My soon to be husband hates him and doesn't want him at our wedding and doesn't want all these things. All lies. And then I was like, Honky, you have to play the part of the guy, which was pretty easy for him. Right.
Yeah.
And so I'm like 20 years old. I was out to dinner on like a Thursday night. And like, I got a phone call from the Dr. Phil producer and they're like, we want you on the show Monday morning.
Monday morning.
And I was like, oh my God. And then I had to think like, is Dr. Phil going to recognize me? Because I had interacted with him a few times, but not a ton. And I was like, screw it. Let's just do it. So they fly me and Honky out to LA. We get there. They follow us around with cameras for 2 days. Everybody thought we were like on the Real World.
Yeah.
They couldn't figure out why there were cameras. It's got all this footage. We were like the big home run guests on the show. And so then we get to the show and I'm up on the stage. They made Honky stay in the audience because they were worried about his behavior and that he would like touch Dr. Phil. So we did the entire show straight faced. I couldn't even look him in the eye because I was just like, what am I doing? Because you have to sign all these contracts saying like what you're saying is truthful. You are who you are. And then they make you do video of it. They set me down in front of a video camera and made me read a statement saying, I am who I am. This is my story. Everything I'm saying is truthful. You know, I didn't care. I have balls the size of church bells, so I'm like, whatever. So we're on the show and we do the whole entire show and it's just bizarre because in between commercial breaks, this lady would come out with a brush and like brush Dr. Phil's like 3 hairs. And one of the things, you know, Dr. Phil is famous for his quotes. And one of the things that he said to me on the show was, well, Kelly, you couldn't be any dumber if I cut your head off. And I want to pull that clip and like keep it.
That's great.
So anyway, so we flew out and did the show and like we told Stephen DC, they knew what we were doing, but I don't think they knew like quite how big it was. And that like this was all for revenge. This was to make Dr. Phil's show look stupid.
Oh my God.
And so we got back home from the Dr. Phil show and it took like 4 months for the show to air. And we're like, God, like we couldn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
And then finally that morning we were like, okay, we got on Stephen DC and we told all the listeners, watch the Dr. Phil show today. That's all we want you to do is just watch it.
Yeah.
Because all of the Stephen DC listeners knew that we hated Dr. Phil, and they obviously all knew me and Honky. So when they turn it on and they see us on there pretending like we're in this like relationship meltdown, we need Dr. Phil's advice.
Right.
Everybody went nuts. They loved it. And they just thought it was the greatest thing ever. People flooded Dr. Phil with messages. And we went on the air the next day and was like, yeah, Dr. Phil's an idiot. Like his producers don't even vet his people. We went on there live. Basically, we fooled Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
Like he looked like an idiot.
Yeah.
And we were like, woohoo, high five. We did that. Okay, moving on with life. Until Monday morning when the front desk lady, Erica, was like paging. She's like, Kelly, we need you to come up to the front desk. I'm like, okay, come up there. And I get served with papers from Paramount.
Holy shit.
Saying that, that I was being sued by Paramount. And I was like, well, don't know what to do with this. And so I took it back to Stephen DC. So we had to sit down because they were going to sue MS Communications.
Yeah.
It was Paramount suing MS. So I had
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
I had to sit down with the biggest of the big guys at MS Communications and their lawyer team and explain to them what I had done. And they're like, they were just like, why do we have to deal with this? Like,
Here's Somalian right in front of you going,
oh my God. I thought the MS executives were going to kill us.
Yeah.
But in the whole time, Stephen DC were like, that's the best bit we've done all year.
Yeah.
That was the best bit we've ever done.
Yeah.
You did everything right. That's what a producer's supposed to do. So in the end, the MS lawyers were able to get it, not get it thrown up, but to explain to Paramount that they had no proof that Honky and I did that on behalf of the show or MS Communications.
Right.
But they were arguing that Honky and I just did it because we're two idiots. Like it had nothing to do with the show. Yeah. They couldn't prove that Stephen DC asked us to do it because they didn't.
And you were young.
And so when they realized that they couldn't sue MS and they could only sue me and Honky, two broke kids that are like 20 years old, they dropped the lawsuit. But we had to sign all these papers saying we would never talk about it again, that we would not ever air it. We wouldn't show it like that. And that show went bye-bye. It'll never air again.
Right.
But I've got the whole VHS tape of it.
Right. So
that's how I got sued by Dr. Phil.
If you get me that tape, I can pull that clip out that you want.
Yeah, no, I'll get it to you.
I'll even use it. I'll even use it as a drop.
That'd be amazing.
So that was back in the days when Shock Radio, Howard Stern were really coming up, and you were always competing with everybody else to try to do the same thing.
Yeah, I don't think it was as much. I mean, Stevie DC got a rap for being like shock jocks, but it was more like organic, fun, like what we did this morning, texting this poor guy on the air. That's what I was raised with. And like I said, when you work for Stephen DC, you have no privacy, none. They'll find out anything about you, and they'll bring it up on the air. Yeah. And so it's more about just producing good organic content. Yeah. And so that was good content, and still one of the best things I've ever done.
That's a great story.
I always wondered about that show. If you guys are in St. Louis and you heard Stephen DC, it seems like you could have kept that thing on the tracks for 50 years.
We absolutely could have.
But how did they go about screwing all that stuff? And I say that in a weird way because I don't know any of the stories. But how in the hell? Because they're doing their show again down in Alabama somewhere, or wherever they're doing it.
Isn't this a story about life and several things that where something is really great and then it just slowly falls apart?
Well, I mean, I can tell you
stories and you're there.
Yeah. So the thing is, when you work for Stephen DC, you become part of this like fraternity where you don't talk about stuff. Like you don't talk about the initiation. You don't talk about the ceremonies. You don't talk like there's stuff you don't talk about. But I'm perfectly fine saying that Stephen DC, the reason why they were done in St. Louis was they burned way too many bridges with program directors. They were very hard to work with as far as just what they wanted, and they were very demanding of what they wanted, and they just didn't get along with radio station management. And back in the day, that was fine because you get fired from one station, you go to another. You get fired there, you go to another. Yeah. But then they started doing these conglomerates where MS or something owns like 5 stations, and you get fired from there. They ran out of places to go.
Yeah,
they ran out of places to go.
Yeah,
because they certainly did not get fired for lack of talent or lack of ratings. Yeah. It got to the point where it wasn't worth dealing with them. Because again,
they destroyed a lot of stuff too, didn't they?
We did destroy a lot of stuff. We had like a cow in the studio, and
didn't DC? Now I'm not DC, but one of the characters, didn't they destroy like the top floor of like the Chase Park Plaza? Did you remember that story?
That I don't know. That may, but we caught it like an oil fryer on fire. we were trying to like deep fry Twinkies, and like we had like a tub of like mayonnaise one day, and we were doing stuff in that. yeah. So it was not lack of talent or ratings. It was just that they did not get along with management very well.
Did you know Stacy,
Yes.
Racy Stacy and
Yes.
them?
Oh my God, Racy! I threw a chair at her. We
Yeah.
almost got in a fist fight.
Now, see, I come from the old school days of
Yeah.
what happens on the road stays on the road kind of a deal,
no.
and I'm sure you have that too.
Oh,
But DC tells me this funny ass story, and he confirms it, so that's why I can say
Okay.
it. When he would go to the bathroom, he would take all of his
all
clothes
his
off.
clothes off. Yes.
He took all of his clothes off to go to the bathroom.
He'd get
Every time?
butt ass naked.
Every time.
Like in the
We've been doing this podcast almost 300 episodes over a year now, and that's the funniest, dumbest thing I think I've ever heard.
It's ridiculous.
apparently it's like a thing.
What would he do in public?
No, he would go in the radio station bathroom, take off all of his clothes, and hang them on the hook on the door, and then poop.
And then that's it. But
I can relate with this.
Do you get naked?
wait a minute.
I used to be a naked pooper.
What in the world?
This
Yeah.
is the best show
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Joe, that's so
This is
gross.
archivable.
Joe, that's so gross.
So you
Why
take
is
your
that gross? I don't want to get my clothes dirty by touching.
How
a
are you
public
going to
toilet.
get it on your collar
But
on
you
your
know what?
shirt?
Oh my God!
I
you
am-
take
But
everything
you
off.
kind of.
How disgusting is it that you're walking around barefooted in a public
Not
bathroom?
barefooted socks.
Oh my God.
Are you pooping on yourself? Like I don't understand how.
No, that's
Exactly.
that's
Are
the
you 2
point.
years
You're
old?
trying to keep it from getting on
This is
yourself.
I've never heard of a naked
There's a-
pooper.
I don't do it anymore, but I can relate with this. This
Okay,
is
that's
this
fair.
is the mentality
That's fair.
behind
That's
it.
fair. That
But
is
Joe's
fair.
the guy. But Joe, you're like you have something because you're afraid of like a germaphobe.
Yeah, I'm a bit
Because
of a
Joe
germaphobe.
follows
Yes,
people around with the cloths and the spray bottles,
And
Yeah,
Lysol,
I-
Lysol.
and I'm grateful for it. I
I
am.
sterilize each station. I sterilize
Yeah.
the foam on the
we had them
mics. Yeah.
sterilized when I came in yesterday.
Oh my God,
I'm
Joe!
like-
I see, but
yeah.
now that's a problem because now you gave me a damn visual.
Sorry, I wasn't trying, man.
There's
Don't
a
ever look out there now and visualize him as the naked pooper.
Here, we can make this. Here, hold on.
No, we don't need anything. Well, no, what are
No,
you trying
no
to do?
naked pooper. No naked pooper.
there's just a very obvious place for the poop to go. I don't understand.
Exactly.
Like-
This is
Okay.
a
I
good.
don't know.
How are you guys screwing this up so bad? that
It's
you
really
have to
it's
get
one of
naked?
those things where it's like you decrease all the chances of getting any of it on you.
Decrease all the chances.
I cannot think of any time that I have taken a shit and got it on me.
Especially on the top of your
And
shirt.
that's why I'm no longer a naked pooper, because I realize that
Everybody's got a pooper. No.
That is a new meaning to the shitters for.
All right.
God's
Wow.
sake.
Free for all Friday. I love this one. No, but I think you could write a book. I really
Oh,
do.
I could. I mean,
She
we
could.
really could because
She needs time.
that and then like the big wars that they would have with like JC Corcoran and how like
Yeah.
one of our guys got punched in the face. And
Yeah.
the best part was that JC Corcoran had a little girl and he named her Addison Clark. And like a year later, Stephen DC hired this like jackass stunt guy, and they named him Addison Clark, and that and he was named Addison, and he was one of the best stuntmen Stephen DC ever had for like a decade. And then they had him go up to JC at an event and was like, "JC, I'm Addison Clark," and JC just punched him in the face.
Wow.
Could you imagine those two with JC, the volume of venom?
Oh,
Could
they
you
hate each
imagine?
other.
Oh,
They
I'm
hate
Now I
each
do
other.
know this. We were playing at the Hollywood one night, and when I was doing DC's little show that had an audience of about 4, there was a night when Patrico and the guys from the Point came up and tried to confront him. Like it was like the boys, the boys in the hood or something
That's
coming
the
to.
worst thing you can do.
I know, and I'm like,
Don't do that.
I know,
They
and I was
tried
like,
to confront DC.
yes,
Yeah, don't-
because DC was relentless, with just going off on these like Patrico eating too much sugar, that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
it's like, I was like, God dang! And sure enough, they came up there and confronted his ass.
So Stephen DC always had this sort of analogy that you only bark at bigger dogs. So it's that like if there's a radio station wanting to start a fight with you, but you're bigger than them,
Yeah.
you ignore them. But then
Yeah.
if there's a bigger station than you, like you only bark at bigger dogs.
We,
Yeah.
had,
So
we had several radio stations try to do that with us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Not in St. Louis.
Yeah.
One in St. Louis.
Oh.
2 in St. Louis, but a couple in Detroit too.
Yeah.
And I just said, we're not going to respond to them.
I miss mean radio. I like that. I mean, that's like in my blood. And when I did my podcast
Yeah.
for a long time,
my blood.
that's the stuff I did. That was, have we talked about when I sent like $300 of shit to Stan Kroenke's like porch?
Yes, when
Okay.
you first came in. But you know what?
So like,
Remind people because, I mean, It's a good story.
Here's the thing. I have 500 stories like this.
This is why Kelly needs her own podcast.
I had one for like 5 years. We're working on getting it back.
It's coming.
I'm just really busy. I'm just busy. So when Stan Kroenke took the Rams from St. Louis and said a bunch of bad stuff about us, I didn't give a rip about football or the Rams, but I knew that the whole city was mad. And I'm like, how can I use this to my advantage? What do I do? And there's this company that sends animal poop in the mail to people. It's called ipoopyou.com.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you can send a pound of animal poop to somebody for $19.99. And it's a joke thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all packaged up. And I was like, we should send shit to Stan Kroenke. And then I was like, well, you know what? How much can we send?
Yeah.
So I went on the air and I started raising money. I'm like, we're doing a GoFundMe to raise money to send Stan Kroenke shit to his front porch of his house. And
That's
people
great.
started donating like immediately. And I stopped it at like $300 or $400 because there's only so much I can spend on poop before I just feel really bad about myself. So we placed the order live on the air.
Yeah.
We called Guillermo at ipoopyou.com.
Guillermo!
You get to pick the animal poop that you want. It can be like horse, cow, pig, whatever.
Oh, wow.
Is there a worse level of like 1 to 10?
Yeah, we asked them like, what's the worst? I think it was cow shit. And so we ended up being able to afford 26 pounds of cow shit and had it delivered, confirmed like through FedEx. Like it was set on his front porch.
Could you please sign for the scout shit?
Yeah. And well, you don't know what it was till you opened it. And then, he tried to find out who it was. And I was getting phone calls from people that was, I'm like, it's not illegal to send shit
It's
in the mail.
not.
No.
It's not. What a great time.
That's awesome.
You see, sometimes I'll talk
But you
to
can't do
sometimes
that now
I'll
or
talk.
you get sued.
Oh, yes, I
No.
would. Oh, yes, I
Sometimes
could.
sometimes I talk to Kelly.
Who should you send that to?
I got a list.
I would love to send it to Doug Armstrong of the Blues. I'd like to start with him.
Oh, okay.
But so the shit sending, I feel like I need to reserve for like the really bad people, like the really, really bad ones. And so Stan Kroenke, and that was such a big deal.
Yeah.
I was in Maxim magazine. I was in Sports Illustrated. Like everybody was like, podcaster sends 26 pounds of cow shit to billionaire, and he can't do anything about it.
No, this is the beauty of. Sometimes I talk to Kelly and I'm like, man, tell me about the old days of radio around here. And she kind of like, yeah, whatever. You ever see me now? I'm on TikTok. Bye-bye. Don't. And I'm always like, I get it. TikTok. Yeah, you can talk to the world.
On Instagram,
but the
and
best,
TikTok, Facebook.
best thing in the world was radio. To me, the best thing in the world was that anonymous, you're not on camera.
Yep.
You just talk, whether it's sports talk radio or politics or what you guys
But a lot of
did.
that's changed because they went away from the roots. I mean, Kelly and I've talked about this too. It's not everybody's like, oh, we got to get in this lane and we can't offend this person.
I know.
We can't get worried about being canceled. We can't worry about getting upset with this person or that person.
Yes.
We're going to get sued. We have to run this fight corporate and our
but
attorneys.
Stern is still on that train.
He's really good. I don't know if you listened to him lately, but he's become so good. He's a legend.
No, he is a legend, but he needs to stay out of politics. He ruined
does he do politics?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He puts his little toe in there.
Dude, he was one of my idols in broadcasting, and he screwed it up with the damn politics.
I can see him interview like celebrities and stuff like that, but
he mixes it, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do politics like we do, and then when it's time to have fun, have fun.
Yeah.
I was born with a brain for like morning radio. It's where I belong, and I think that's why my podcast.
Gen X invented that thing.
We did,
and the Gen Z stuff that you try to listen to on air is
when they do those fake ass phone calls where it's like why didn't I get a second date? And then they have this. It's all fake.
It's so bad.
It's all fake.
It's so
we
bad.
Did everything live.
Yeah.
We did everything live.
Yeah.
Everything.
That's why you need a podcast.
We
I think. I do.
I had one for 5 years. It was super popular and I loved it. It went down during COVID. So when COVID came, I had to shut it down. Never brought it back up.
It's time to come back.
I know, but
do we talk about this? Do we preview? Do we just wait?
We can just say that it's closer than it's ever been to coming back.
And that should get people excited.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Kelly Manno show is closer than it's ever been to coming back. So it's still on Apple iTunes. It's on, like, if you go back, we did like hundreds of shows.
But you know what? Even that is ancient history.
Ready to come back. And I thought the graphic that Joe made for you.
Yeah, it's really good.
I thought that was your new graphic.
I did too.
Well, I'll
I was
probably
like,
use
Kelly's
it.
going to announce today.
No,
we're not there yet.
If he'll let me, I'll probably use it. I don't know. I do look a lot younger in that picture. I feel like I know, but I don't want to be one of those people who's like using
Kelly,
a really old picture.
The same.
No crap. You look, no pun intended from earlier. I thought you looked better now than you did in that video with Honky from 20 years ago.
Oh,
She
yeah.
just looked like a little kid. Yeah, but this looks you look identical.
But the podcasting thing, 2019 is ancient history.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff that Joe Rogan is doing right now, and the stuff that all these guys are doing. As a matter of fact, my son, he's a millennial. He says, "I go, so what radio station?" And I told you this. What radio station you listen to because you're a painter? Oh no! I listen to Joe Rogan, and we just hit up the Spotify thing.
Yeah,
it's for you. It'd be massive.
It'd be huge.
I mean, it would be just stupid. And there's never, right now, there's not a wrong time to start it. I mean, you could literally fire up a camera and just say go off.
Here's the other thing, too. Not only is it huge, but when you look at what's out there and what people and big companies get behind, comedy, betting, and sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your comedy is great.
It's not, I don't think of her as a comedian. I think of her as like a touchstone on society. Like, it's like, look where we're at now. This was much better.
Well,
and putting those things together. And it just happens to be exceptionally funny.
I think about the podcast I built, and I did that with no social media. I didn't have TikTok then.
Yeah,
I didn't none of that. So it's like
That's
now I can't even imagine the audience that would come through. So I'll just say it's closer than it's ever been.
So I can listen.
I know, but I'm just so busy. That's the problem. Is like
Get coffee. You don't just get coffee.
I've got some ideas too.
I got ideas.
I'll give you some.
She's a producer. She knows what to do.
Yeah, trust me. I'll just say it's closer than it has ever been to coming back.
Yeah, I'm going to listen.
So
starting Monday,
you can come on and you can be a guest.
Starting Monday, January 8th, the Kelly Manno Show. I'll be on it. Yep. Hell yeah, I'll be on it.
Absolutely.
Keep us posted
on what.
On your dating, let us know. We're trying to get. I mean, you've got other things to do. You give us a ton of time. We'd love to have you in every Friday. You may not be here next Friday.
Yeah, it's my daughter's birthday next Friday, so I won't be here next Friday. Yep.
Wait a minute, isn't this the driving birthday?
No, that's my middle daughter. So this is my youngest, and she's turning 14.
Where are you guys going?
Nowhere.
You're just going to hang out at home?
Well, she's got a half a day of school, so she didn't have to go in. Or usually, I don't even make them go in on their birthdays.
Yeah.
So we'll do stuff and like fart around all day, and you know. I don't know. Who knows? We're going to go to a Taylor Swift trivia night. That's what we're doing.
What? Where do you go to a Taylor Swift trivia night?
I don't know. There was an advertisement for one, and I bought the table like a month ago.
But the Diamond Music Hall has a Taylor Swift tribute coming in from Los Angeles.
I've been wanting to check out that place. I've never been there.
This is a perfect opportunity.
On my list.
It's a tribute to Taylor.
Tribute to Taylor.
Oh, you know what we didn't even bring up?
She already has a tribute band.
Not to circle back out of the way, but my friend Honky, who was on Dr. Phil with me, he's a working actor in LA. He, like, you guys have probably seen him on a million things, but he's back in town tonight. So I get to see him for the first time in like a decade. He's at the O'Fallon Tap Pub something, but it's sold out.
So he's performing.
It's sold out though.
Yeah,
it's
they do comedy, stand-up comedy at that O'Fallon Tap.
Where is that at?
Well,
it's right off the service road.
Oh yes,
yeah.
But is it just
I always see that. Yeah.
He's got a whole schedule, but I have a question: does the comedy take up the whole place, or can people come and like have drinks while the comedy's doing something in the other room?
I think there is
like
two separate rooms.
Clubs.
Yeah, I think there's a bar. There's like a room for the bar, and then there's a room for the actual.
So you'll be out there tonight then?
Yes, but don't advertise that.
I know. We're not telling anybody that Kelly's going to be there.
Kelly is not going to be at the tap room.
Nope.
Going to be
in O'Fallon, Missouri.
Nope.
It's not going to be.
It's called the Tap Room.
Yeah,
I think so. O'Fallon
Tap.
Something like that.
Yeah.
The tab.
That sounds familiar to me.
It's by the golf club.
Yeah, you go by it on the highway all the time. And you're like, man, I never see anybody in there.
I'm just proud.
Tonight is going to be packed.
Wait a minute, 364 and
No,
it's
70.
on 70 right at the O'Fallon exit. As you're driving down, you're going eastbound towards the city. It says live comedy on the side.
You could go get yourself a nice Lion's Choice and then go right over to the tab.
It's right there.
So if you follow me on social media, I'm sure I'll be posting some of Honky tonight. So you
Please
can
do. Tell Honky we said hi.
I will. I love
his
him.
energy. That's for sure.
And if Alex doesn't do it, I'm going to find a way to where everybody can submit some potential suitors.
Some date guys for me.
Need to do it.
Do I need to give a couple pointers like of what I like?
I would think so.
You
But for now,
should.
if you want to, just send it to producer@cancelthisshow.com.
Producer@cancelthisshow.com.
I can see Kelly's first thing on there. Don't piss me off.
No,
she's so. No, Kelly's not. No, In a date, she's not going to be like that.
Must like grumpy cats.
I am so much nicer than people think, like, especially with dates, because I have a son who's like 19 years old, right? And he's got a girlfriend, so he's not dating. But anytime I think about dating, I think about how I would want him to be treated and how I would want somebody to communicate with him. So like, I'm great with that stuff. I'm not mean at all. I only pretend to be mean because it scares away the narcissists because they're like, nope. And it scares away like I could never be with a guy who's not confident. You have to be confident to be with me or I'll run you over. And that doesn't mean cocky. That means confident, humble, I can't have a loud, obnoxious guy. Like, I bring so much chaotic energy wherever I go.
Here's what I see. When I see you talk like that, you know what I'm the guy that gives bad advice.
Yes.
Okay, so
but when I hear you or anybody talk like that, it's like you're a whittling.
Yeah.
You're like a whittler. It's like the first time you got married, you just bought the whole log. And you're like, what am I going to do with this log?
Yeah.
Now what you're doing is you're kind of whittling it down to what you want. And eventually,
whittler.
You're going to get a totem pole.
But
a totem pole.
But
the size of the totem pole, man.
Of course, here we go.
As long as the totem pole is not gigantic, I'll be good.
But but you have to be careful as you whittle as we get older.
Oh yeah, no. I mean,
you don't want to whittle too much. You don't want that. That's bad.
That whittling.
We gotta whittle off.
Yeah.
Now you have a vagina.
I will just say that I definitely have a type, and that type is like a beard and a truck and like wears flannel and is kind of quiet. Like just like that, like
the Troy, Missouri in the house.
The best line that I heard you say on your story, like, my perfect guy is usually like standing there holding a fish.
Yeah. Because someone's like, are there hot guys on Bumble? And I'm like, if you call that hot, because when I see a guy that is like ripped and like bald with like tribal tattoos, it's an instant pass.
Yeah.
Instant pass. And that's what I think a lot of girls would consider hot is like ripped abs. And I'm not interested in that at all. I'm down with like the dad bods. I'm not going to date somebody who's not going to eat pizza with me. Like,
Megan's been talking about
and you talked about that on a show about the dad bods.
Absolutely.
Dad bods,
it's statistically proven that women like that body type more than any other body type.
True.
Just to be clear, the dad bod is like toned shoulders and arms.
A man.
And then more relaxed in the midsection.
Yes.
So when we say dad bod, it just doesn't mean you don't ever, because I need somebody who works out because I think that's just good for your mental health.
True.
So
it is.
I would only want to date somebody.
Endorphins.
Yeah. I would want to date somebody who works out, but also eats pizza on the weekend.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Because don't you think that
crime,
like a guy like Vic who's like sculpted, like Adonis,
sculpted, man.
that's very narcissistic right there.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like
he's
only worried about himself.
Vic
you don't
is,
want that.
Vic is very pretty.
Yes, pretty.
Vic is very pretty. Vic dresses nice. He goes to nice events.
Napoli.
I don't go to nice events.
Napoli.
He likes fancy things.
Yes, he does.
So like,
he's like Brooke Dudman. He likes nice things. Exactly right. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with it.
And Brooke's a good.
He likes nice things.
Brooke's a good.
He's a great dude.
The other thing is like you'll flip online and there'll be guys like on yachts with like a cigar in their mouth and like they show how
rented.
much they. But they're trying to show you that they have all this money and that they travel. And I'm like, I don't even have a passport.
Wait a minute. You mean, where do you see that on online dating?
On Bumble. Oh yeah.
Shit.
That's a new thing.
Yeah.
The guys go rent the Lambo and they get their picture in front of the Lambo.
Or
they don't own that damn thing.
Or they're like standing in Greece with all the like houses behind them. And I'm like, I don't even own a passport. I don't travel. So like, that's not appealing to me.
Yeah.
So what a lot of women would look at and go, oh my God, he's so hot. He's so chiseled jaw and he travels and he's got money. Nope. Move over.
They're all into oil. They're all into oil.
I just want the guy that holds the fish. That's
right,
all.
Hold the fish.
Like every guy I'm attracted to online is holding a fish.
Well, damn, this should be easy.
You would think so.
But man, some of those guys that are holding fish are kind of boring. That's
perfect.
Ugh.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Fishing is not
Derek. Like bush light guys.
Fishing is not an exciting sport.
No. The
It's
guy,
not
the
exciting
guy,
for it, yeah.
but I can't be with an exciting person. The
But
world
you
would
can go-
explode. It would just.
You can be.
No, I don't like. I've never been attracted to guys who like want to be the center of attention, like life of the party.
You invited this cat to go to the Blues game. That's exciting.
Who?
There's a lot of the guy from his work.
I didn't invite him to go to the.
Didn't
Blues
you guys?
game.
I thought somebody. Never mind. Then I digress.
You just
did
made
not.
that up in your head.
However, you would do that. That would be an exciting night, right? Or going to the
Yes,
the theater. Going to the theater.
This guy is quiet.
Yeah.
has a beard.
Yeah.
I think drives a truck.
Yeah.
Likes to fish.
Likes to fish.
Yeah.
So that's just my
We
natural.
need to find her one like
We need
that.
to get off
The
him.
forbidden fruit.
Yeah, we're done with him.
No, we're not.
No, we got to move
No,
on.
we're not.
And also, I'm just lately, for whatever reason, I'm a really big fan of like big boys, like
Big guys.
Yeah.
Big
tall.
tall dudes. Big tall
Producer
dudes.
at cancelthisshow.com.
Producer at cancelthis.com.
Submit it now.
But I should stop whittling. They don't have to be tall. That's too much. That's too much whittling.
Too much whittling.
I'm 5'1". Anyone's tall to me. So I mean,
Anybody over 5'2" can get.
See,
into
that's the
whittling.
thing is I don't know. Like Christy, my girlfriend, it wasn't a type. I just saw her come bouncing around the corner at a PRL show. I was like, my God, look at the energy in that girl.
Mhm.
Damn, the energy in that. It's amazing. I was like just drawn
Yeah.
to it.
so it didn't matter what she looked like. It was
And
the energy she brought.
exactly. I was just like, man, she's got a certain something
Yeah.
that I can't put a finger on. I have no idea if she likes rock music or likes jazz or I don't. At that point, it was just seeing this weird energy.
Yeah.
And then seeing how that developed was very interesting.
Well, that's why you have to be around people, and then you don't know. You just
So you can submit anyone. Submit anyone. Maybe I'll change my mind.
Make
or
sure, I was going to say, make sure you send photos. No dick pics, please.
Yes.
Yeah, Joe, you're going to be getting a whole bunch of those then, so don't send any of those.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
kitty cat
Well,
pictures.
he can handle that. He can filter it.
Well, I'm glad that we got.
that's what I don't want to have to. So don't send them, please.
I do want to say that I am glad that I have closure on the mustache man.
Yes, that was good.
Right? Like that was actually really beneficial.
Good.
He doesn't know we were on the air though.
No,
so
I don't think he does.
So we're gonna keep that from him. He just
Okay.
thinks that you randomly texted him about me.
Which is really weird on a Friday morning while I'm on the air.
You did it. He knows you're on the air.
Hey, Mike, how you been, buddy? I haven't talked to you in a while.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Who cares? Nobody knows him.
He was talking about the device in front of his face.
The microphone.
Yeah, he was talking about the device in front of his face. Hey, Mike, how you doing?
For lack of a better term, I really fucked that up. Excuse me.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Vic will never work for the CIA ever.
Yeah. No, it goes along with the morning show. This whole thing's been a train wreck. So it's a perfect way to end it, honestly.
This is good stuff. So, well, I hope you don't find a boyfriend because I would like to be the one that helps set you up. All of us.
Yeah, we would love that.
I would love that. That would be awesome. And then we could do a 30-year reunion show
Yeah, I would
from
love
Del Mar Gardens when we all live at Del Mar.
Oh my God.
Eric with the guitar.
Yeah. And I could arrive at the bingo night with you and your boyfriend.
that would be nice.
I will promote that email
Like-
on my
Yeah.
my Instagram
Yeah.
so that
Yes.
I'm sorry in advance for any dick pics you get.
I'm going to call Del Mar Gardens to make sure that they reserve the whole floor
Yeah.
for us.
Right.
Yes.
About 30 years.
They need to be an advertiser. We promote them way too much.
We do.
Mhm.
We do.
I'm
My mom
telling you.
lives in a Del Mar.
It'll be Barry
She
Manilow
does?
night.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go over there today.
It's a beautiful place. Look.
Yeah.
If I had the opportunity to have a room at Del Mar Gardens
Oh, her place
right
is
now,
Great.
right now, and be rolled around to where I had to go, and I got to get on the little bus.
Takes you everywhere. And,
And
it's
I-
like living on a cruise ship.
If I was, don't lie, and if the bed was nice and didn't smell like feet, I would definitely do it.
Yeah.
They'll change your sheets.
Yeah.
Watch him. True story.
Oh, no. I'm
True
gonna bite my
story.
tongue.
Shuffleboard,
That's Eric Johnson.
pureed
Bingo.
meat. Good night.
Happy hour.
Pro Joe, thank you, dude. Pro Joe, awesome job as always, my friend. Once again, you promised us a camera. You still haven't put the damn camera up.
I'm working on it.
It's coming.
Yeah, whatever.
He's gonna put it in the bathroom when he takes all his clothes off.
Okay.
You know, I was wondering why you were in the bathroom for. You're in the bathroom a long
I
time.
don't
He's
do
taking
it
his
anymore.
clothes off.
Mhm.
And, you know, people, you got to realize I used to be a Democrat too.
That's right.
Oh.
That's right.
So what does that mean?
Could you imagine
That means
a
I'm no longer a
taking-
Democrat
that
and I'm
you
no
can
longer a
change.
naked pooper.
So what you're telling me is when you were a Democrat when you were a naked pooper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that explains it all.
Outstanding.
Kelly Manno, you rock.
job.
Thank you again for coming in, our friend. We love you. I'm glad that we were able to give you some good feeling today. You walk out of here feeling like a different woman, right?
Yeah.
I feel like we didn't fail the experiment, by the way.
Nope.
You guys are writing this thing off. I'm not writing it off yet.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
All right. Well, I'm gonna hang on to that.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
His flu is gone.
Christmas.
New Year's is over. He's now ready to rock and roll.
Okay.
So Eric's
And
also saying there's a chance.
There's a
There's a
chance.
chance.
You know, that's right. Always a chance.
For Lizzie Sparks, who does an amazing job. I'm Vic Faust, guys. We love you. Have an awesome weekend. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll catch up with you on Monday. CancelTheShow.com.